They're evil, says my kitty. All day long, I accuse people of being evil. Shouldn't have been an evil fiend. Regardless, pare 5, sacare sempre you think you can take my gun? You will die for that, old man. Thinks you can tell me what to say sometimes. Thinks you translate my language. You didn't. I just made it sound more like English, retard. Well, I figured the blah 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 blah, evil blah 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 blah. First thing in the morning, up, accusing them of being evil again. My neighbors, several of them. My dad made it, so he's good. Ready, guys? So, I want to go check into the house again, just in case. I heard a cat meow under there. I avoid going into my house at any cost for a reason. Not sure it was a good one. But mostly because I really don't trust some case they were trying to build on me around here. And they were and are kind of trying to build a case on me around here. But they basically can't now, not legally. Because I'm technically not officially an NSA agent now. They're working on it. Cheesy move, wise move. Very wise move. Trying to have the fucking intelligence community recruit me now. The CIA wasn't happy. The NSA money. I'm talking about. Psychology, a malak. That's what a word the angel is. Malak. A malak. Yeah, angel. In Hebrew. So you guys worship Malak. You know, the demon? Yeah, that's a demon too. For baby sacrificers. You know what baby sacrificers are? A malak is an angel. Like Hermes. Escaping the Dreaming God Machine. Interesting. 9 years ago. Psychology of Animals. That's a good one. But this morning, I have to do a Tara mantra. And then I have to rescue someone under my house, I believe. Do I know they're probably gone by now? Yeah, I kind of do. Because I went under there right away and didn't find him. What do you think, Garfield? He still wants to go check. Garfield does. So we will in a minute, Garfield. Wait for the sun to come up. Get my shoes on. And we'll be down there. Under my house. Yeah, I got to go under my house because I heard a cat meow last night. Now I'm up this morning. Garfield wanted me to get up a lot earlier, but he broke free of his fucking leash. So I leashed him in heavier. Which my neighbors love it when he does, so they can come in my house and steal him from me. Which they do really fast, so I'm pretty sure they got the other cat already. How they do it, I have no idea. Pretty creepily, actually. Because otherwise I feel like the cat would have meowed by now. More. The red house. That's their game. Pink house too, though. Oh, they love to torture cats around me. To get me to react. No, they love it. They do it all the time. And every time I'm speaking up, there's a cat up there meowing or screaming when the dogs are attacking them. Every fucking day. Yeah, those houses behind us, Dad, they're fucking evil. Totally fucking evil. All right, 21 Taras. It's actually 22 Taras. And if you add Tara 23, that's 23 Taras. Tara Tam, that's 24 Taras. Om Bim Tari Prim Swaha. Om Tara Tam Swaha. Om Tara Tam, that's me. Taran Miller. Uncle Tam. Bitches. Actually a pretty decent uncle, too. It's about what my dad likes to say. Asshole. Jealousy, most there. And yes, I have an ex-girlfriend named Tori, which is interesting. But not why. I do Tara mantras, guys. Yeah, they're Tara mantras, like Taran mantras. Yeah, for myself. And for Tara. Because I'm a Buddhist. Vajrayana Buddhist, mostly. So. The lightning building Buddhists. Basically. Tibetan Buddhism. Basically. There's another kitty. There's like a trap door. They kind of know. Om Tare Tu Tare Tu Re Swaha. Om Tare Tu Tare Tu Re Swaha. Om Tare Tu Tare Tu Re Swaha. Om Tare Tu Re Sasham Kuru Swaha. Om Tare Tu Re Vasham Kuru Swaha. Om Tare Tu Re Vasham Kuru Swaha. Om Tare Tu Re Shantim Kuru Swaha. My shoes, Garfield. Tare Tu Re Shantim Kuru Swaha. Om Tare Tu Re Shantim Kuru Swaha. Pushed it now. Om Tare Tu Re Pushtim Kuru Swaha. Om Tare Tu Re Pushtim Kuru Swaha. Om Tare Tu Re Pushtim Kuru Swaha. Play the spirit choo-choo again. Yeah, it is. We love your music, so it's one of the houses. Pushtim Guru Swaha. Yeah, that old bitch behind us there. She's evil. So the bitch. Om Tare Tu Re Ayatana Pushtim Guru Swaha. They stripped my voice quickly. Distracted. But all I need to do, a couple things actually. Secure my lighter. Om Tare Tu Re Shri Akulisaya Hri Swaha. Om Tare Tu Re Shri Akarshaya Hri Swaha. Om Tare Tu Re Shri Akarshaya Hri Swaha. Om Tare Tu Re Shatram Uchataya Swaha. Om Tare Tu Re Shatram Uchataya Swaha. 740. Om Tare Tu Re Shatram Uchataya Swaha. Om Tare Tu Re Sarva Vidya Avarnaye Dekha Swaha. Om Tare Tu Re Sarva Vidya Avarnaye Dekha Swaha. Om Tare Tu Re
सर्व विद्या अवर्णाय दे फट स्वाहा ओम तारे तू रे सर्व मारा शत्रुं माराय फट स्वाहा ओम तारे तू रे सर्व मारा शत्रुं माराय फट स्वाहा ओम तारे तू रे सर्व मारा शत्रुं माराय फट स्वाहा ओम तारे तू रे मम उपक्रमा रक्षा स्वाहा ओम तारे तू रे मम उपक्रमा रक्षा स्वाहा ओम तारे तू रे मम उपक्रमा रक्षा स्वाहा
Om Tare Tu Re
सर्व मारा प्रमर्दनी स्वाहा
Om Tare Tu Re Savamara Pramarhani Saha
ओम तारे तू रे सर्व मारा प्रमर्दनी स्वाहा
My cat is down there this morning, huh? It wasn't meowing in my house last night. Just got a shot dealing with. Om Tare Tu Re Vasyur Harini Svaha Om Tare Tu Re Vasyur Harini Svaha
तारे तू रे
Vasyur Harini Svaha We the gods.
Om
Tare Tu Re Mangalam Svaha
तारे तू रे
Mangalam Svaha
ओम तारे तू रे मंगलम स्वाहा
I didn't see about checking in. For a cat in the out of the house. Maybe he's hiding. Like my dad came out with this flashlight, so I don't have to back down there. Om Tare Tu Re Bhayapashmim Guru Svaha.
Om Tare Ture.
Bhayapashmim Guru Svaha. Hottest sports in the world. Back at it. Oh wow. Yeah, throwing angel. Bad motherfucking bitch. Om Tare Ture. Vajra Mahapada Pashmim Guru Svaha.
Om Tare Ture. Vajra Mahapada Bhasmim Kuru Svaha. Om Tare Ture. Vajra Mahapada Bhasmim Kuru Svaha.
Om Tare Ture.
Sarva Papam
Prashamanaye Svaha. Om Tare Ture. Sarva Papam Prashamanaye Svaha. Tare Ture. Sarva Papam Prashamanaye Svaha. I Sarva Papam Prashamanaye Kitty, huh? No, Papam means handsome cat. I understand that. It also means to smoke. Because my cat thought I was handsome when I smoked. So that means to smoke too. Palm.
Sarva Dharma Prati Parishodhaya Svaha.
Om Tare Ture. Sarva Dharma Prati Parishodhaya Svaha.
Om Tare Ture. Sarva Dharma Prati Parishodhaya Svaha.
Swam. Om. Om Tare Ture. Sarvastambani Tare Svaha.
Tare Ture.
Sarvastambani Tare Svaha.
Tare Ture.
Sarvastambani Tare Svaha. That's what everyone, 17. It's a bitch. Polyhymnia. She's not really a bitch, she's a sweetheart. No, she's amazing. She's a bitch to evil people though. Tare Ture. Nagavisha Shantim Kuru Svaha. Now she's amazing. Car 18. The only reason you guys are still alive. Nagavisha Shantim Kuru Svaha.
Tare Ture.
Nagavisha Shantim Kuru Svaha. She's He's a poison destroyer, that one.
Tare tu re.
Mochana Svaha Om Tare tu re. Mochana Svaha
Tare tu re.
Mochana Svaha. Om Tare tu re. Visarata Saha Om Tare tu re. Visarata Saha
Om tare tu re.
Visarata Saha. Om Tare tu re. Sarva Siddhi Sadanam Svaha Om Tare tu re. Sarva Siddhi Sadanam Svaha Om Tare tu re. Sarva Siddhi Sadanam Svaha. Totally over that bitch. Come on, guys. Are you still stuck there? A year ago? She's just a child of mine, that's all. What she doesn't care about, because she's pregnant again. So I'll care about that for the rest of my life. Don't worry about it. Good morning. Better contact the NSA again. I'm technically, but not quite officially, an NSA agent now. So fuck it. Because I'm being an agent for the NSA and reporting a bunch of crimes to them. Yeah, bad crimes, like serial killers.
Class is back in
No,
session.
I don't care about drugs. I care about serial killers.
The great hunt begins.
And yeah, domestic terrorists. I care about plots to destroy our property, which there's several.
The biggest benefit of ShipStation is it allows
No, they want to
get
claim all
more
of Carrick
products out the door
at some point.
more quickly. That's what's most important.
And so do I. So, yeah, exactly. Who does it? I mean, come on. You're going to leave it to these fucking fat old fucks? No offense, anybody. I wasn't talking about you in particular, so don't get all butthurt. Talking about these people that fucked me a lot.
For Gana Puja days or any day.
No, this one. Because because he can't remember the whole thing, so it's not even worth it to us. Almost, not really though. You know, I like it when
Angels are often
he's
depicted as
pious,
human beings with wings.
like he was pretty much this
In
morning.
biblical scripture, however, angels do not have wings and appear as ordinary men, sometimes with shining garments.
Yes, angels do not appear as much other than ordinary men and animals, typically. Unless you're tripping balls. Where are my little angel friends today? My body cells. My birds. Nice to puri soul. Or a puri som. My puri sail. Or my birds. A puri sail. Yeah, the birds. Because they're always parasailing. Galactic Council of Lightworkers. How many people from the galaxy are in there? Not many, huh? Humans, they're funny. Like all you lightworkers, I work with darkness mostly. And gravity, personally. All you puny lightworkers like stars. You're like stars. I'm like the things holding the stars up. What are you, a child of light or an orphan of the night like me?
May all beings benefit.
May all beings benefit.
Namo to Guru Yidam Padmasambhava, who embodies all Sugatas and has the nature of the three jewels.
Make my shit freeze up again. Hackers are.
I
Actively.
And all sentient
because I pissed them off this morning by singing again. So look, there they do that. Good job, guys. Nice try.
Until enlightenment.
Chamberlain.edu. I did not click on that, did I?
In the three supremes.
How you doing, Will Chamberlain?
Tara.
Around, huh?
And Ushnisha Vijaya. In the three jewels, Buddha, Dharma, and Supreme Assembly. In the three.
There you go. Cool. He doesn't even try. That's how he does it. That's how he's defeating the enemy all the time without barely even trying. And when he tries to, our people get all pissed off because he's being loud. Oh, he's singing. He's dancing. What a criminal. Asshole neighbors. Because freedom of religion. How many times my neighbors got on me because I'm not the same religion as them now?
And Dakini.
Even though I am. A lot, turns out.
I take refuge until enlightenment. To the Guru Yidam Padmasambhava, the essence of all jewels and roots, I take refuge until enlightenment. By the merit of my generosity and other deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of all beings.
May I attain Buddhahood for the sake of all beings.
Guru Yidam Padmasambhava.
Guru Yidam Padmasambhava.
Please come here and be seated.
Please come here and be seated on this throne of lotus, sun, and moon.
I humbly
bow with body, speech, and mind.
Speech and mind.
And render outer, inner, and supreme offerings.
Instantly, the entire merit field appears before me.
Instantly, The entire merit field
In front
appears
of
before
is
me.
the lotus
In front of me
board,
is the lotus board, with right hand holding a Vajra at his heart, and left holding a cup filled with nectar,
His head
or
is
a bong.
adorned with a lotus hat and vulture's feather. He is robed in brocade red silk dharma robes and a blue gown. He is majestically poised in Vajra position and surrounded by the 8 manifestations of Guru Rinpoche and an entourage of spiritual heroes and dakinis.
He is surrounded by an entourage of spiritual heroes and
Light
dakinis.
emanates from his heart and blesses me and all beings. I prostrate
with complete purity to Guru Yidam Padma Sambhava, to the 3 supremes, the 3 jewels, and the 3 roots of all
Buddhas and Bodhisattvas,
Buddhas
who
and
dwell in the
Bodhisattvas.
10 directions and 3 times. I offer real and imagined flowers, incense, butter lamps.
I offer real
and
imagined
food,
incense
music,
and flowers.
so forth. Supreme Assembly, please accept it.
Supreme Assembly,
I confess
please
all
accept
my
it.
faults from
I confess all my faults from beginningless time
committed with a
until now,
mind under the
committed with a
sway
mind
of the
under the sway
afflictions,
of the
such as
afflictions,
the
such as the 10 non-virtues.
I rejoice in
whatever merit has been accumulated in the 3 times by hearers, solitary realizers, bodhisattvas, ordinary beings, and others. Please turn the wheel of Dharma,
Please turn the wheel of the Dharma according to the intentions,
according to the intentions and mental dispositions of sentient beings.
Until samsara is emptied.
Until samsara is emptied, please do not pass into nirvana, but look upon the compassion upon sentient beings that are drowning in the ocean of suffering.
May whatever merit I have accumulated enlightenment for the benefit of sentient
go to the cause
beings.
of enlightenment
May all
for the
beings
benefit
have
of
happiness
sentient beings.
and the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering.
May they be free from suffering.
May they not be separated
And the causes
from the
of
sublime
suffering.
happiness that is free from suffering. May they rest in the great equanimity
May they rest
that is
in
free
the great
of the
equanimity.
duality of attachment and aversion. Thus one gathers the accumulations through prostrating, offering, confessing, and generating the 2 types of bodhicitta of the preliminaries. Now I accumulate wisdom, compassion, and activity with the mantra of Guru Rinpoche Padma Sambhava. Om Ahum Vajra Guru Padma Siddhi Hum.
Om Ahum Vajra Guru Padma Siddhi Hum. Om Ahum Vajra Guru Padma Siddhi Hum. Om Ahum Vajra Guru Padma Siddhi Hum. Ahum Vajra Guru Padma Siddhi Hum. Ahum Vajra Guru Padma Siddhi Hum. Om Ahum Vajra Guru Padma Siddhi Hum. Om Ahum Vajra Guru Padma Siddhi
By
Hum.
the power of praising and supplicating the Guru Rinpoche, the 3 jewels, the 3 supremes, and the 3 roots, wherever
The
I
3
and
jewels,
others reside,
the 3 supremes,
may
and the
illness,
3 roots.
obstructive spirits,
Wherever I provide,
poverty and fighting be pacified, and may the Dharma
may poverty and fighting be pacified, and the Dharma and auspiciousness flourish.
May I attain enlightenment.
Quit trying to take my tongue
for
from
the
me, bitch.
benefit of all sentient beings.
She does all the time. She makes it impossible for me to speak.
We dedicate the merit of this presentation to the benefit of all sentient beings.
And she knows exactly what she is doing. She thinks having me yell all the time will annoy you guys enough not to listen. And she lives directly behind me. But has not lived there as long as I've lived here. Go fucking figure.
Not a lot of people know about my side hustle as male hand model.
How do they do that? With technology. Duh. It's 2025. And they hate me. That's why I'm switching sides to the NSA. No, the CIA sucks. No, I do not approve of the CIA's methods. The NSA's I kind of do. The Tantra of Formlessness, dissolving into breath. Try it out. It's a channel on YouTube. It's pretty good. Called, well, when it loads, I'll tell you. IC7ZI.
I'm not the mind, not the name, not the thoughts that rise and wane, not the senses, taste or sight, not the elements dark or bright. I am the bliss, I am the flow, I am Shiva, beyond the show.
Fuck yeah.
The Tantra of Formlessness.
Shakti dances and Shiva just smiles.
Tantra is a path of transformation, a sacred science that recognizes divine energy, Shakti, as the fundamental force of existence. Unlike traditions that focus solely on transcendence, Tantra embraces both the material and the spiritual. The world is not an illusion to escape, but an expression of the Divine Mother herself. The goddess is not separate from reality. She is reality itself, manifesting as power, wisdom, and the unfolding of the cosmos. Spiritual realization is not achieved by rejecting the world, but by awakening to the divine energy within it. Tantra cannot be fully understood without the goddess, for she is both the path and the destination.
See my third eye. I'm gonna do that.
The energy that moves through all things is the same energy that
try to blow it out
liberates.
before I can.
To invoke the goddess,
They have that much
is to
control over my
align with
body
the forces
right now.
that sustain and transform
Way too much.
existence.
They need to die.
Tantra is not about
That's what I'm
worshiping
trying to tell
a
you guys.
distant divinity,
I need
but
some like
realizing
professional
that the
assassins to get
goddess
these
is
fuckers out
within
of the way.
us, that we are her
Unless you can just come
expressions.
arrest them.
Inseparable
Which the local
from
police
the
seemingly
vast
will not do.
intelligence that shapes reality. Aditi is one of the most ancient and
Why?
revered
They
mother
probably
goddesses
paid them off.
in Vedic
Or
and
something
Hindu
like that. Or
tradition.
they're just too fucking lazy to
She
do it.
represents the infinite, the boundless,
But I'm pretty
and
sure
the
that they were
primordial
trying to
space
frame me
from
for
which
something. So
all
now they won't
existence
investigate anything I tell them
emerges.
to.
Her name itself means limitless or
Because that's what they do to poor people.
in
Especially if they have their own house,
signifying
seemingly.
her cosmic and all-encompassing
They try and
nature.
frame them for crimes. So they
Unlike
can take the
deities
house.
associated
and all the
with
property
specific
as
elements,
evidence,
the name
Dad.
Aditi transcends all limitations.
Yeah, every time you call the
embodying
cops,
the
Dad,
infinite potential
that's what they're
of
trying
the
to do.
universe.
Take all your shit as evidence.
Aditi and the Adityas. The Adityas, divine sons of Mother Goddess Aditi, embody various aspects
That's
of
what they
cosmic
do.
order and balance. As celestial deities, they uphold Rita, universal law, and ensure the smooth functioning of existence. Some of the most revered Adityas include Indra, the warrior king and god of storms, maintaining cosmic balance and sovereignty. Varuna, the guardian of cosmic law. Rita, and divine justice, ensuring harmony in the universe. Mitra, the deity of truth, friendship,
Mitra and Varuna.
contracts, overseeing agreements and relationships. Their role is to manifest divine
The primordial
intelligence
twins, kind of.
at Haida-Eva.
Light and,
In the
well,
cosmos,
water.
maintaining harmony across all realms of
Kind of.
existence. In Rig Veda, Aditi is invoked as the divine mother.
Mitra
of
is
all
the sun,
existence.
and Varuna is the blue sky.
Aditi is the heaven. Aditi is the midair. Aditi is the mother, the father, and the son. Aditi is all the gods.
And then there's Aditi,
Aditi is the 5 classes of men.
the one.
Aditi is all that has been born and shall be born.
See me, George?
This verse highlights her cosmic role. Aditi is not just a goddess, but the very
No, it takes
fabric
all
of
three of us.
existence itself.
Always.
Aditi in later Hindu traditions. Although Aditi is most prominent in Vedic texts, she continues to appear in later Hindu traditions.
So when I heard a cat meowing in my house
In
last night, I went and
Puranas,
checked. I did
she
not
is
find
the
it.
wife of Kashyapa
If I go
and
down there
mother
and
of
I find one
Vishnu's
injured,
Vamana
holy
avatar.
shit, you guys are going to
She
fucking
is
prison.
sometimes equated with Diti, the
And
mother
the cops
of the
might be joining you.
deities, forming a cosmic duality, a contrast between the forces of order and chaos.
No, I mean
In some
that.
interpretations, she merges
I mean that
with
straight the
Devi,
fuck up.
Shakti,
Because I'm a CIA.
or Prakriti,
No, not CIA
representing
agent.
the eternal
I'm an
feminine
NSA agent
creative
now.
Force.
Because I'm
The
getting sick of
layers
these
reality.
motherfuckers.
Hindu philosophy presents a structured understanding of reality through 3 interwoven aspects. Each
Domestic
offering
terrorists
a
in City
different
County.
perspective on existence.
Mostly white people, mostly not aliens.
Physical world, the realm of form, the material universe perceived through the
Oh, I heard they're being
senses.
aided by aliens.
It includes nature, the elements, the body, and
Both
everything
kinds.
subject to change and decay. Adhyatma, inner self, the realm of experience, the consciousness within that perceives, questions, and seeks
You wanna
truth,
let you guys fucking get out of it?
It
Just
is
because
the
you're
higher
fucking like
nature of the
illegal
self.
aliens? Come on.
distinct
This
from
is
body
not
and
fucking
mind,
people
through
of my
which
country.
reality is interpreted.
Which it mostly is.
Adidaiva, divine forces, the unseen cosmic intelligence that governs existence, ensuring
Stop trying to
harmony
threaten
and
me,
order.
assholes.
It represents celestial
You can't kill
principles,
me, and I know it.
divine law, and the subtle forces shaping reality. These aspects are not separate, but interconnected, showing the relationship between the external world, the inner self, and the divine intelligence that sustains everything. Adhyagya, the bridge to the divine.
What other
In
choice
the
do I have
Bhagavad
right now?
Gita, Lord Krishna explains,
None.
O supreme
Nope, it's
and
ask me to
embodied
say for as much help as
Arjuna,
possible.
Adhibhuta is the basis of physical existence. Adhyatma is the basis of inner experience. Adhidaiva is the basis of astral existence. And I, as the Supreme Spirit, am Adhyagya, the divine presence within sacrifice. This verse reveals the progression of consciousness through different layers of existence. Adhibhuta represents the outer world, composed of matter and transient forms. Adhyatma represents the experiencer, the consciousness that perceives and interacts with reality. Adhidaiva represents the governing intelligence behind the cosmos. Adhyagya represents the principle of divine sacrifice, aligning the self with the supreme.
The principle of divine
surrender.
sacrifice.
Krishna declares himself as Adhyagya, signifying that all spiritual efforts and offerings ultimately lead to the supreme reality. Adhyagya is not just a transcendent state, but an active principle.
How you doing, Garfield?
The realization that every action, when
Sorry, I
surrendered to
spanked
the
you last night a little bit.
highest,
You're being
becomes
bad.
a sacred
You
act.
broke your leash, dude.
This echoes Karma Yoga, the path of selfless action,
First spanking
where
Garfield's
one's
ever got
work is
before.
not for personal
He
gain,
handled it pretty
but
well.
as an offering
I
to the
love you too.
divine. Adhyatma, the self as the bridge. Adhyatma,
Gotta train him
inner
somehow.
self, is the bridge
Can't just kiss his butt all the
between
time.
external perception
But I do
and
mostly.
divine
Much as I can.
realization. It is the level
He really
of
doesn't like the harness on.
awareness where one question.
But he makes it a pain in the ass to take it off and put it back on. So he's keeping it on for now.
Moving beyond the material world to realize deeper reality.
You know, every little bit of work I have to do right now is such a pain in the ass you would not understand. When you're possessed by 1,000 fucking ghosts all the time.
Of awareness that reflects the
or more.
Brahman.
Millions of ghosts all the time. Actively possessing you makes it very difficult for you to do almost anything.
Adhidaiva is the divine intelligence behind both. Through Adhyatma,
get a job as fucking it. I'm working for the NSA now.
That the outer world is not separate from the divine. When the self is aligned with Adhyagya,
working on it.
Supreme,
send in my application and everything.
Leading to ultimate realization. Presence of the divine. God's presence is experienced at different levels. As Adhibhuta, God is perceived indirectly, inferred through natural laws, order, and harmony in the physical world. As Adhyatma, God is experienced within through meditation, reflection, and inner realization. As Adhidaiva, God is felt through divine influences, celestial forces, synchronicities, and the intelligence guiding existence. As Adhyagya, God is directly known when the self surrenders completely and merges with the infinite. This reveals the path of spiritual.
I'm not saying that out loud because I'm in danger.
Reality appears,
but it helps me maybe stay out of danger if they know I'm working for the NSA now.
Inward, realizing Adhyatma, the inner self beyond the body and mind. Divine intelligence, Adhidaiva.
It doesn't matter if I'm getting paid yet. They're fucking, they don't do that often. I'm an agent, not an operative. Not yet.
Adhyagya, the self dissolves into the infinite, realizing there was never separation.
822, working on it.
This is the essence of Advaita, non-duality. The realization that all these aspects are expressions of the same undivided reality. Oh, I shall dance my dance, so free, till I forget that I am me. And in that fog of lost delight, I'll sculpt some thoughts. Oh, what a sight. Ideas, forms, a grand design. Look, I've built a shrine divine.
Cool, there's my report for this morning.
Wait, who built it? Was it me?
The girlfriend are still alive.
Oh, no.
Couldn't find the cat in my house. The torture tactics are obvious. They're trying to pull.
But then I wake. I see.
Even me just getting up excited is a torture tactic, technically.
Free.
Technically, it is. Now, me just getting up and yelling, having to yell, is a torture tactic that the CIA employs. To turn us all against each other.
Jump in the rubble, swirl in the dust, laugh at the gods, break what I must. But lo and behold, the fog rolls in. Oh dear, I'm lost. Where to begin? Guess I'll build some forms again. A temple,
evil fucks.
A name, a thought, a pen. And so it spins my endless feet. Forget, create, destroy. But
right fucking now. That hurt?
A voice so sweet. Remember, remember, remember.
They can forget. They can possess them, basically crack their skulls open again.
Aditi is the infinite, unbounded womb of creation, the primordial space from which all existence emerges. She is beyond form, yet all form arises from her. As the cosmic mother, she is the source of divine intelligence, Adhidaiva, and the enforcer of universal order, Rita, sustaining all realms of existence. Adhidaiva represents the cosmic intelligence that governs existence, manifesting as celestial deities, divine laws and universal principles that sustain creation. Among the most significant manifestations of Adhidaiva are the Adityas, celestial deities born from Aditi.
Having to do what Taran Miller does all day.
Are not merely gods. They are the pillars
while
of
trying to fuck with me all day.
Rita, enforcers of divine intelligence across material and astral realms.
Yeah, they basically have to fuck with this lame fucker down the street all day long
in action,
because they're
ensuring
fucking
that
evil.
the infinite wisdom of Aditi is expressed
That's
as divine
how
order,
they drive people crazy.
balance, and justice. They function as guardians of light, truth, and harmony, protecting the universe from chaos and ignorance. Their connection to the sun and time cycles highlights their role
My
in
neighbors, pink house
maintaining
behind me.
balance and
Red house
sustaining
too.
creation.
Greenhouse too,
Vishnu,
at least. Oh, shady
the
house as well.
supreme essence of the Adityas. While the Adityas
The other neighbors are evil too, a lot of them.
solar deities
But those are the
in
worst
early
ones.
Vedic traditions.
Oh,
Hindu
up on the hill
theology
too.
gradually
I don't forget about those
unified
guys.
their roles under Vishnu, who
And
came
in
to
town.
represent
Yeah, I don't forget
our
those guys
collective
either.
essence as the supreme
On the corner over
sustainer
here.
of
Oh
the
yeah,
cosmos.
greenhouse back here in the alley. Big time,
Vishnu
huh?
is regarded as the lord of the Adityas, embodying their function as enforcers of Dharma, cosmic
Them too,
law.
I know it.
His
Them over there,
leadership
behind them,
over
I know
the
it.
Adityas highlights his supreme role in maintaining balance,
Him too, I know it.
sustaining life, and preserving universal
He's the reason I
order.
don't trust the FBI.
Though Vishnu was mentioned in the Rig Veda, his prominence grew significantly in later texts, such as the Brahmanas, Puranas, and the Bhagavad Gita,
Our local FBI
eventually
informant.
becoming the central figure of Vaishnavism. Many ways, one
Is the reason I don't trust the FBI anymore. Because I'm not one.
Aditi,
NSA informant, now.
and the Adityas reveal a profound truth. The infinite manifests in countless forms to guide us towards self-realization, whether through devotion,
Because you stupid fucking
inquiry,
gangsters just still want to threaten me over that.
self-perception,
Got
or
me killed.
meditation.
Tried to.
All paths are expressions of the same journey to transcend
And I'm still trying to get my
separation
friends killed, I
and
believe.
unite with the infinite. As rivers flow
they can move someone else into his house.
find their final peace, and their name and form disappear. Even so, the wise become free from name and form, and enter into the radiance of the Supreme Spirit, who is greater than all greatness.
Preferably
In
with
truth,
kids.
who knows God becomes God. Mundaka Upanishad. No single path is superior to another.
I look out for the
Each is
kids.
tailored to the seeker's
More than
temperament,
anything,
reading,
assholes.
and circumstances. Worship, devotion, meditation, and intellectual inquiry are not
And then,
contradictory.
second to the
They
cats.
complement and enrich one another. What matters most
All
is
you
the
adults, I don't
intent,
care. You guys can die. I don't give a fuck.
and alignment with truth that underpin these practices. Worship and devotion.
I do,
For
though,
many,
because I don't want any
the
kids to lose their
practice of
parents.
worship and devotion
Not really.
provides a
You know what I mean?
natural and deeply
But that's the
meaningful
kind of fucking
connection
people I'm
to
dealing
the
with.
divine. Whether through honoring the Adityas, surrendering to Vishnu as the cosmic sustainer, or aligning one's life with universal order, Rita,
Who would love to
this
sell your
path
children
speaks to the
into
heart
human trafficking.
and cultivates
if
a
they
profound
could.
sense of love and surrender.
Which they basically can.
The path of Bhakti Yoga dissolves the
You guys
ego
don't
by
really give a
redirecting
fuck.
one's emotions toward the divine, transforming attachment into
They've already
devotion
trafficked a
and
couple of mine,
selflessness
at least.
into selflessness. It fosters the realization that the divine is not separate but present
And have
in all
killed
things.
several of my friends and relatives.
The seers see him in the fire, which is the source of all, who was before the creation of the waters and the infinite spaces of air. He pervades all that is and sustains it in infinite forms. Shvetashvatara Upanishad. True devotion is not about blind worship or external rituals alone. It is about recognizing the divine presence within oneself and all of existence. Bhakti Yoga teaches that love and surrender can dissolve the boundaries of individuality, revealing the unity of the self with the infinite. By aligning one's life with the divine, devotion becomes a transformative
By aligning
force,
one's life with
allowing
the divine,
seeker to transcend ego and experience the bliss of unity with the cosmos.
we may experience the bliss of
Bhakti
unity with the
Yoga
cosmos
is a
through
celebration
devotion
of love, a recognition
and
of the
supplication
divine's omnipresence,
and
a
works.
surrender to the eternal truth.
I'm
Knowledge
always fucking
and
working.
inquiry. For others, the
I never
path of
stop
knowledge,
working.
Jnana
Ever.
Yoga,
Get a
through
job,
inquiry
you're fucking
and
funny.
self-realization
No, you're a
resonates
clown.
deeply. This path involves
I do
analyzing
way
the
more
nature
important
of
work than
reality,
anybody.
discerning the eternal from the transient,
All
and
day
understanding
fucking
that
long.
the individual self, Atman, is none
by
other
protesting
than the infinite
for my life and the life
One
of my
realizes
children
the self in all
and the
things
life of
and
my
all things in
family
the self.
and my friends
One no longer
and some
experiences
people
fear
who I don't
or
even know,
sorrow. Isha Upanishad.
but are spiritually
Jnana Yoga
powerful,
is
and
not
I know
about
that.
mere intellectual understanding, but direct experiential knowledge that dissolves
Some of them
duality
can hear me all the
and
fucking
reveals
time.
oneness. Selfless action.
Some of them are even
The path of
atheists,
action, Karma Yoga,
which doesn't make any
involves
sense
performing
anymore.
one's duties selflessly, without attachment
If you
to
study
results.
science like that,
This
atheism
path
has fallen
purifies
out.
the mind and aligns the seeker with universal
No,
will,
it's being switched by
leading
monism,
to liberation.
which is just
The
theism,
embodied
as far as I'm
beings who are
concerned.
self-controlled and detached reside happily in the city of 9 gates, free from thoughts that they are the doers or the cause of anything. Bhagavad Gita. The city of 9 gates refers to the human body, and the verse explains that a true karma yogi performs actions without identifying with them, understanding that the self
That's a
is
vehicle I don't
beyond
trust.
action. It complements the idea of performing duties selflessly without attachment to results. Inner silence. The path of meditation, or
At all.
Jnana Yoga,
That orange
is
and
the
black
journey
one.
of cultivating inner stillness.
I'd never seen it before
the
recently.
restless fluctuations of the mind. This practice
Of
allows
course, that's the
seeker
NSA.
to withdraw from external distractions and directly experience the infinite presence that lies beyond thought. When the 5 organs of perception become still together with the mind, and when the intellect ceases to be active,
I don't care who they really are.
that
I've never seen them
state
until recently.
they call
They're getting
the
reported.
highest. Katha
Like you guys like to do,
Upanishad.
even though I've lived here longer than you.
Through Dhyana Yoga, the seeker learns to quiet the senses and achieve a state of deep equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. This path reveals the eternal presence of the self, merging the individual with the infinite. By transcending mental noise, one attains clarity, inner peace, and a direct realization of unity with the divine. Dhyana Yoga integrates meditation as both a practice and a state of being, offering a gateway to liberation through stillness and self-awareness. The unity of all paths. All spiritual paths ultimately lead to the same truth, that the individual self, Atman, is not separate from the infinite reality, Brahman. The Chandogya Upanishad conveys this profound realization.
See,
All
he's
this
not
is
that bad,
indeed Brahman.
but he's reported me before, so I
From
don't
it
trust
does
him at all.
everything
What's in his
originates.
fucking truck?
Into it does everything dissolve, and by it is everything sustained. Chandogya Upanishad. Whether it is the path of devotion, action, knowledge, or meditation, each offers a unique approach to realizing this truth. These paths are not in conflict, but serve as
See what I
complementary
mean?
ways
People
for
start snitching
seekers
to the cops
to connect
when they're
with
trying to
the
get out of
infinite,
trouble.
suited to individual
I'm in serious
temperaments
trouble.
and life circumstances.
Not said anything
The
illegal.
culmination of all
'Cause I know
paths
too
is
much.
the dissolution of the ego, the transcendence of duality, and the direct realization of oneness with the infinite. What matters is not the path itself, but the intent, sincerity, and alignment
Quit getting your
with
feet
truth
busy,
that
people.
guide the
Across the
journey.
street.
Rather than comparing which path is better or higher, let us honor the diversity of spiritual approaches. Each journey is a valid expression of longing to return to its source, leading to liberation, unity, and the bliss of infinite existence. The dance of Sat Chit Ananda. Before creation, before time and space, there was only infinite stillness.
Exactly. I can
The
feel them doing it.
unmanifest reality
No, I can
known
feel them
as Param Shivam.
doing it.
In this state, there was no movement, no differentiation, only pure being. Yet within this stillness, a spanda, vibration, arose, a ripple of awareness, a recognition of its own existence. This was the first sound of creation, the cosmic resonance, Om. From this primordial vibration, differentiation began. Shiva and Shakti emerged as the eternal pair, representing pure consciousness and creative energy. Shakti, as the dynamic force of creation, urged Shiva to...
No, the modern
manifest the
schizophrenic is a
universe.
fucking lie. Exactly.
Shiva, in his state of completeness, saw no need for creation, but upon her request, they
Intimidation
brought forth
tactics.
the forces that would shape existence. From Shiva's left hand, Vishnu was born, the preserver, the force that sustains balance. From Shiva's right hand, Brahma emerged, the creator, the one who gives form to the formless. Vishnu meditated and realized the supreme reality, Param Shivam. From his deep yogic absorption,
And do what yourself
streams
exactly?
of water flowed, giving him the name Narayana, the one who dwells in the cosmic waters.
Narayana!
Brahma, given the task of
The
creation,
one who dwells in the cosmic
emerged
waters
from the lotus
with
growing
the lion
from
head.
Vishnu's navel and began shaping the cosmos. However, ego arose, and Brahma and Vishnu disputed over who was supreme. Their pride blinded them, and they fought endlessly. Then, a great pillar of light, Jyotirlinga, appeared between them, a boundless column of fire, stretching beyond the universe. A celestial voice declared, whoever could find the beginning or end of this light would be the greatest. Vishnu took the form of a boar, Varaha, and descended into the depths. Brahma took the form of a swan and flew upward into infinity. After thousands of
Not like
years,
Cygnus.
neither
Brahma.
could find its limits.
Right next to Lyra.
Yet Brahma
in the summer
in
sky.
his pride falsely claimed victory, convincing a falling Ketaki flower to bear witness. When they returned, Vishnu humbly admitted his failure, while Brahma declared himself...
What about the winter sky,
supreme
guys? We'll look
being.
at the winter sky.
At that moment,
There I am.
Shiva emerged from the pillar of light, revealing himself
And
as
there's
the eternal
Garfield.
source beyond form and time.
And there's Big George.
He cursed Brahma, declaring that he would never be worshipped, while Vishnu, for his humility, was blessed with eternal devotion. Fundamental truth.
As far as
The
I'm
fundamental
concerned,
truth
at the
revealed
moment,
in this event is the limitation of ego and the necessity of surrender to the divine reality, which cannot be grasped by intellect or pride.
that's what I see when I look up. What do you
Brahma
see?
and Vishnu's struggle for supremacy symbolizes the human tendency to claim authority over truth. Yet the infinite cannot be contained, reached, or conquered by mere effort. Shiva, appearing as the pillar of light, represents the ungraspable nature of the supreme reality. It is beyond beginning and end, beyond measurement and division. The lesson lies in surrender. Vishnu's humility in accepting his failure was rewarded. Showing true wisdom is in recognizing one's limits and submitting to the greater truth. Brahma's deception reflected the arrogance of the mind, trying to define, limit, or claim mastery over the infinite, leading to his fall from worship. The Ketaki flower, which falsely bore witness, was also rejected, symbolizing that falsehood cannot be an offering to
Mostly
the
my
divine.
belly button is triggered.
The quest for the
There's a
absolute
scar there.
is not about
I'd like it
conquering or
investigated.
proving superiority, but about letting go of pride and
No, I have a
surrendering to
second
that
belly
which is
button now.
beyond grasp.
I don't know where it came from.
This is the essence of non-duality, Advaita,
Literally.
the
It's clear as a bell.
realization that Shiva, as the infinite source,
Which
is
I don't
not
hear
something
anymore.
to be reached,
That bell
but something to be dissolved into.
that I heard a lot
Ego
before.
must bow to the infinite. Only surrender leads to truth. Humility, truth, and surrender are the keys to
I heard it
divine
all the time before,
realization.
actually.
Om, the vibration of the infinite. At the heart of this cosmic dance is Om, the resonance of pure existence. It is not merely a sound, but the unified vibration of all reality. The pulse of Sat, existence, Chit, consciousness, and Ananda, bliss. Sat is the eternal foundation.
Now, this
the
one guy
formless
is
essence
going to sit in his
from which
fucking
all
house,
arises.
talk shit,
Chit
until their
is
whole empire
awareness,
collapses.
the intelligence that perceives and directs reality. Ananda is the dynamic joy of existence, the movement that brings forth creation.
Are you hungry, Ghost?
Om
I know I am.
unites all three, leading beyond duality into the realization of oneness.
Too bad there's fucking mold in
with
my
the
bread
infinite.
again.
The bridge. In Vedic
I'll
thought,
still eat it.
Reality is understood as both the
But I'm running out of food
infinite
to give the
source
birds.
and its manifestation. Aditi, Shakti, and Shiva are not separate deities, but different expressions of the same ultimate reality.
Why wouldn't I?
Aditi is the universe itself,
Why don't you?
the boundless
Feed the
cosmic
birds.
womb, the unmanifest potential from which all things arise. She is limitless space, the eternal source beyond form and differentiation. Shakti is manifestation, the energy that moves within Aditi, bringing creation into existence. She is the force behind every form, every motion, and every transformation, the pulse of existence itself. Shiva is consciousness, the silent awareness that pervades and witnesses all things. He is the unchanging presence behind creation and dissolution, the field of intelligence that holds existence together.
The field of intelligence that holds existence together. The earth shaker is.
Together, Aditi, infinite potential, Shakti, creative movement, and Shiva, pure awareness, form the complete structure of existence, the vast universe, its dynamic expression, and the consciousness that holds it all. Where does the individual fit into this cosmic structure? Adhyatma, inner self, refers to the experiencing consciousness, the individual awareness that perceives reality. It is the microcosmic reflection of the cosmic whole. We are not separate from the grand order of existence, but expressions of it, moving toward the realization of our infinite nature. As the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad declares, Aham Brahmasmi, I am Brahman. The self and the infinite are one. To realize this is to awaken to truth. As the Bhagavad Gita states, the Supreme dwells in all beings, pervading them. The inner ruler, the witness, the consenter, the experiencer. The divine is not distant. It exists within us. We, Adhyatma, are the bridge between the infinite and the manifest, awakening to our divine nature through knowledge, self-awareness, and surrender to the cosmic flow. As the Mandukya Upanishad proclaims, Om, the imperishable sound, is all this. Past, present, and future, all is Om. And whatever transcends time, that too is Om. To realize this is to awaken from illusion, Maya, into truth, Satya. We are not just beings within the universe. We are reflections of the infinite itself, beyond form and name. In Sanskrit, lingam means mark or symbol, pointing to the unseen essence that pervades all existence. The Shiva Lingam is not an idol, but a profound representation of ultimate reality, the union of infinite consciousness and creative energy. It embodies the eternal
So how it
cycle
goes after a
where all
while.
forms arise from the
No, you just
formless
know
and
you're
eventually
everything.
return to it. Let's discuss the symbolism of the Shiva Lingam and what it represents. The circular base yoni. The yoni represents Shakti, the feminine principle, and the generative power of creation. It symbolizes the dynamic and nurturing energy that sustains life and drives the cycles of existence. As the source of creation, it embodies vitality, transformation, and the continuous flow of life. The upright lingam. The lingam represents Shiva, the unchanging cosmic axis, and the eternal pillar of consciousness. It symbolizes stability, stillness, and infinity, serving as the foundation of existence.
Oh, wow.
The lingam reflects timeless awareness amidst the motion and change of creation.
Oh, it works out.
The Naga, cobra hood.
I usually am.
The Naga, often depicted
No, we'll
coiling
try it
around
anyways,
and
don't we?
sheltering the
Pretty much.
lingam, carries profound symbolism. Kundalini energy. It represents the dormant spiritual energy at the base of the spine, which rises upon awakening to merge with Shiva consciousness, leading to spiritual enlightenment. Cycles of renewal. The snake's ability to shed its skin signifies immortality, transformation, and the cyclical nature of existence. Protection and power. The cobra's hood over the lingam symbolizes the safeguarding of divine wisdom and the continuous flow of cosmic energy that sustains creation. The unified symbolism. The lingam and yoni
We tend to do that, huh?
symbolize the eternal union.
Not give the
of
proper
Shiva,
energies their proper credit.
consciousness,
We
and
try to give all the
Shakti,
credit to one or the
energy,
other.
embodying the balance
But it's
that
polytheism.
sustains the cosmos. The lingam represents Shiva, the still and unchanging axis, the foundation where all of Shakti's dynamic energy manifests and dances. The yoni represents Shakti, the swirling and generative force of creation and transformation. From this profound union arises the Naga, cobra hood, representing the dynamic energy generated by their interplay. The Naga symbolizes Kundalini energy, the latent spiritual power coiled at the base of the spine. When awakened, this energy ascends through the body, uniting with Shiva, consciousness, and leading to spiritual enlightenment. The Naga also reflects the cyclical nature of existence, symbolizing immortality, transformation, and renewal.
Why is my adrenaline so high
It
this morning?
serves as a protector, safeguarding divine
adrenaline.
wisdom
No,
and
it's
the
crazy this
cosmic
morning.
energies of creation. Together, the lingam, yoni, and naga illustrate the inseparable harmony of stillness and
So
motion,
they do that day and night.
awareness and energy.
Because they know cats
They embody the
will stay up all night.
transformative power of
And people like sleep
spiritual
during the day.
awakening and the balance
they do
essential for creation, preservation,
is they trigger me
and
in the morning,
dissolution.
and they
The
trigger
eternal
Garfield at night.
dance of the cosmos. Cosmic orgasm. When you look at the Shiva lingam, you see a reflection of yourself and the entirety of existence. It embodies both stillness and
With
motion,
technology,
just as you
mostly.
contain both awareness and energy within you. Beyond form and identity, you are complete. You are the infinite universe expressed in human form. To understand the lingam is to transcend separation and realize that infinity, Aditi, creation, Shakti, and pure awareness, Shiva, coexist within you. This is the essence of self-realization, recognizing that you are not separate from existence, but its very expression. In Shaiva and Shakta traditions, the Shiva lingam is not worshipped as an idol, but revered as a profound symbol of this cosmic truth, that all arises from the formless and eventually returns to it. Self-realization means dissolving the illusion of limitation, seeing beyond duality, and understanding that you are an inseparable part of the eternal dance of existence. Like a serpent uncoiling, rising with infinite ecstasy, you awaken to the truth of your being, boundless, formless, and eternal. Love is the eternal principle of the universe.
Love is the eternal
The thread
principle of
that
the
weaves
universe.
through all existence.
Duh, right?
In love, the infinite reveals itself.
How'd you forget
For
that,
there is
guys?
nothing more beautiful.
I told you, you can only get
Love
real power
beyond attachment.
from your heart chakra.
In
And
advanced
you guys barely have one. I
love
don't care how
can be
deep you
understood
breathe.
in two ways. Love as attachment, moha. Love as pure, unconditional awareness.
Some of you guys have quite a heart chakra.
Bhakti.
It's just pretty clouded.
One,
You'd be
love
surprised.
is attachment, moha. When love is rooted in identification,
Mine is not
with the
anymore, if
body,
you can perceive it.
desires and expectations,
Garfield's is not anymore.
it becomes
George's,
binding
holy
and
fucking
leads
shit.
to suffering. This love is based on duality, the sense of I and you.
Even
which
Brett's is hanging out with her
sustains
big ass
ego
heart chakra.
separation. A Shankaracharya warns attachment moha.
Don't get me started on all these masters and gurus around me.
Avidya,
Just hanging out.
keeping one trapped in samsara, the cycle of birth and rebirth. Example.
Well,
if
the
one
mountain in her
loves
chakra,
with the fear of
massive.
loss or
Like an
expectation
eruption.
of return, it is not true love,
Boom.
but clinging.
Right there.
2. Love as pure awareness.
Can you not see that? I can't.
Prema bhakti. When love is selfless, unconditional, and free from expectation, It transcends attachment and becomes divine.
Yeah, you basically imagine it,
true
but then
love
it just
is not
bursts
an
out
emotion
in
directed
your
to
eyes, and you're just like,
another.
okay,
It is
there
the
it is,
realization
huge.
that there is no other. Love is simply the recognition of oneness.
Once your imagination's flowing like it was when you were a
that all
kid,
things
you can
are
see it again.
expressions of the same infinite
No, it's not. You're not
reality.
making it up. It's
The
already
Bhagavad
there.
Gita
You're just
teaches
accessing it through your
detached
mind.
action.
That's what imagination is.
Karma yoga. One acts with love, but without possessiveness. You have a right to perform your prescribed duties, but you are not entitled to the fruits of your actions. Never consider yourself to be the cause of the results of your activities, nor be attached to inaction.
Now, why do hard fucking work?
Attachment binds, but love liberates.
Quit calling me
Love,
lazy.
when rooted in ego, is moha, delusion. Love, when rooted in
You little
self-knowledge,
shits.
Atmajnana, is Brahman itself. The highest love is not outwardly directed. It is the realization that Tat Tvam Asi, you are that. Individuality is not separate from the whole, but one with all. True love is not possessive. It is expansive. True love is not about control.
True love is not possessive.
about
It is
surrender.
expansive.
True love is not an emotion. It is the very nature of existence.
It is not an
itself.
emotion. It's the very
The highest
nature
tantric
of
realization
existence.
is that the lover,
True love is.
the beloved, and love itself are one. In the
Come on,
dance of
Garfield.
existence, the
Hot
Shiva
jar.
and Shakti within
Not
us
precious.
dissolve into the
Cats and
infinite.
dogs understand that.
And from this space,
Better than
we are
humans
free
do.
to love, create, and dance without
True love.
attachment,
Don't
without
they?
illusion, without separation, bridging all levels. Imagine the ocean, its waves rise and fall, appearing distinct, yet never separate from the vast waters beneath. The depths remain still, holding everything in silent
Even the
awareness,
birds are like, yeah, they do,
while
huh?
the surface moves in
Yeah, that's
endless
interesting.
motion. Water takes many forms, yet its essence never changes. Likewise, the world, the self,
Water
the
takes
cosmic
many
order,
forms, but its essence
divine
never changes.
intelligence, and the infinite are all waves of the same boundless ocean. What appears as division is merely the play of form, an illusion of separation.
It's all
In
part of the same
reality,
boundless
All
ocean
things arise from,
of the infinite,
exist within, and return to the
of
same
nothingness.
infinite whole.
No
Everything is
thingness.
one, as the
No
Mandukya
thing.
Upanishad
Nothing.
declares. That which is seen as many is, in truth, one.
Value comes from
In
zero,
esoteric
not the other way
understanding,
around.
there is only one at the top, not in the sense of a number or hierarchy, but as the singular essence beyond all division. Yet this one is not a being,
I don't care what logic
nor
you
a
use.
deity,
It's the logic I
in
know
the
is
way
true.
Abrahamic traditions conceive God.
Infinitary. Add
Let's
zero is
say
a
it is
fucking value.
singularity in the void, or something beyond even
There's
that.
infinite numbers below
Because
zero.
in the end, we do not truly know. It is the unnameable source from which all
Technically.
manifestations arise.
Even though we can't perceive them, we
What we
can,
call
can't we?
gods, archetypes,
You lose
and
something?
energies are merely different expressions of this source, named so that we can grasp the vastness of what remains beyond comprehension. Each energy is distinct. The forces of Shiva and Kali are not the same as those of Vishnu and Lakshmi. Those who walk the path of Shiva and Kali tread a road of dissolution, destruction, and transformation, facing the primal forces that strip illusion down to its core. Meanwhile, those who align with Vishnu and Lakshmi,
You can never lose
embrace
anything.
cultivation,
You can just add negative
balance,
numbers.
and the play of Leela, the cosmic game of existence. These are different modes of engagement with reality, each with its own set of rules. Neither is superior to the other.
Once the value
Both serve their purpose in the dance of existence.
is in the waters,
A true esoteric practitioner
there it
moves
is.
consciously between
Quit
these
forcing a
realms.
cough on me, fucking
At the
asshole.
root level where Mahakala and Mahakali reign,
They
one
do.
confronts
With
the
technology.
depths that ordinary
It drives me
perception
crazy.
cannot
Every
fathom.
time I'm trying to say
It is in
something.
this darkness, not as evil, but as the unshaped potential before
No, if I
form,
smoked less,
that
I'd cough
strength
more,
is
and I know it.
forged. Yet, mastery is not in remaining there, but in knowing when and how to return. The one who descends must also
And they knew too.
moving back into the world
Those
of
anti-smoking
Lila,
people.
where Vishnu and Lakshmi guide the art of reintegration. This
Guess
return
what? COVID killed just as
is
many
the hero's
non-smokers
journey,
as smokers.
the completion of the
More
cycle.
so, actually. Quite a bit
The
more
journey
so.
of the hero is about the courage to seek the depths.
And yes,
the
guess
image
what
of
other population had
creative
missed?
rebirth,
Meth heads.
the eternal cycle of change within us.
COVID did.
The uncanny discovery that the seeker is the mystery which the seeker seeks to know. The hero journey is a symbol that binds. In the original sense of the word, two distant ideas, the spiritual quest of the ancients with the modern search for identity. Always
Tobacco
the one,
smokers and
shape-shifting,
tweakers.
marvelously constant stories.
COVID skipped right over.
Joseph Campbell.
Not
Whether one
completely,
approaches this through
but you'd be
psychology
surprised how
or
true that statistic is, huh?
the process remains the same.
Yes, it is true.
Traditional wisdom requires both paths to be honored. One must know when to dissolve and when to create, when to withdraw into stillness and when to engage with the world. Without this balance, one becomes either lost in formlessness or trapped in illusion. Humility and
The truth that I
reverence
experienced
towards the
personally,
divine are
the
essential.
strains that we got around here.
Without them, one risks being consumed by the very forces they seek to master.
Not
And yet,
saying you should use those
within
drugs,
this dance, one must play their role with awareness.
unless you're really sick.
To understand Vishnu is to move with wisdom through the
It can
play
open
of
your
the
airways.
To understand Shiva is to know dissolution, to ashes, to nothingness, to the void. To honor Kali is to embrace the raw, untamed power of Shakti, the fire of transformation, the primordial force that destroys
Can it suppress your immune system? Yeah, technically it can. But not really. In the long term, it does. In the short term, it does not. Nicotine does not at all.
The path through Dat and the descent of Inanna, these truths remain unchanged. To descend into the unknown, to walk the path of dissolution, and to rise again with wisdom is the essence of transformation. The one who masters these realms understands the dance of energy and moves through them with purpose. Individuality in Maya is an illusion, a fleeting role in the grand play. There is only one true individuality, and it is cosmic. The moment one grasps that identity, it vanishes, for there was never a separate I, only the vast, unbroken whole. The whole universe is summed up in the human being. Devil is not a monster waiting to trap us.
I'm just letting you know how it works, guys. Medicine.
Look for your devil in yourself.
What do they give you?
Not in the others.
Not the best
Don't
medicine
forget that
ever.
the one who knows his devil knows his God. Chums Tabrizi.
It's literally a
In the
conspiracy.
end, the universal law remains simple. Be kind, be compassionate, and help each other. What we put into the world returns to us, for there is no action without consequence. Within Vishnu's realm, Dharma sustains order, and within Kali's realm,
I know.
karma
I'm a medicine
ensures
man.
balance. She does not judge, only reveals one's own ignorance.
What I got in here right now, as far as medicine goes,
So remember,
I got some dried grubs,
do not be an asshole, and
some
do
bread,
not entertain assholes.
some
Wherever
tobacco,
Shiva
and some
Shakti
leaves.
fit,
Yeah, food is
the
your best
concept of
medicine.
Shiva and Shakti
Your best
provides
bet
a
is eat
direct
well
and profound understanding of existence,
and eat a lot.
embraced in Tantra, Vedanta, and yogic traditions. They are not two separate entities, but two expressions of the same.
A lot of the
absolute
right
reality.
thing, mostly. Yeah.
In
You guys
Advaita
can't handle
Vedanta,
sugar like I can,
this
especially the older you
duality is
get.
understood as different facets of Brahman, the absolute reality.
More
Shiva
veggies.
represents the unchanging, pure consciousness.
More fruit.
While Shakti is the dynamic, creative power.
And not
that
just
brings
juice,
existence
the real
into
fruit.
motion. Sat, Chit, Ananda.
And multivitamins don't cut it.
Consciousness.
They're a
bliss
supplement.
is the very nature of Brahman, encompassing both aspects. Just as a wave is never separate from the ocean, Shiva and Shakti are not separate, but one reality in two expressions, the stillness and the movement, the unmanifest and the manifest.
So guess what?
Eternally.
There are
intertwined.
serial killers right near
From
me.
now on, we will use the Shiva
And this is my
Shakti
announcement in the morning.
framework as the foundation for understanding reality. This perspective simplifies.
They're eyeballing me all the time,
spiritual
and I know it.
concepts
Serial killers.
into an intuitive,
Several of them, like 4 of them at least. More like 7.
Shaivism and Shakta traditions.
Oh yeah, 8,
Shiva
9, 10, 11.
is Chit consciousness. Shakti is Ananda bliss.
And more than that.
When
And more than that.
consciousness and
Oh,
bliss
and more than
unite,
that too, huh?
creation arises. Kulanava
If you kill more than one person, you are a serial killer.
Self-discovery leads through the eternal embrace of Shiva and Shakti, the stillness and the movement.
If you kill more than one cat
form,
or dog,
the
in my opinion,
consciousness
you're a
and the
fucking
energy.
serial killer.
These two great spiritual traditions, Shaivism and Shakta, offer seekers a map to understand the nature of existence and attain liberation.
But these people kill human beings, the
Shaivism
ones I'm
follows
talking about,
Shiva,
my neighbors do.
supreme consciousness, the destroyer of illusion. Shaktism reveres Shakti, the divine mother, the creative power of the universe. They are not two.
No, you'd be
but
surprised
one,
which ones I'm talking
eternally
about.
intertwined.
Not the people that just moved in.
The path
Not
of
really.
Shiva. Kayatanyam
Even
Atma.
though and even if.
Pure consciousness is the self. Shiva
Talking about the ones that have been here for a while already.
Shaivism is one of the oldest and most profound spiritual traditions, centered on Shiva as the supreme reality. Shiva is not just a deity. He is the formless, infinite state of being beyond time and illusion. Who is Shiva? Shiva is known by many names and forms. Mahadeva, the great god, the supreme being beyond creation and dissolution. Rudra, the fierce one, the destroyer of illusion, bringing transformation. Nataraja, the cosmic dancer, the rhythm of creation, destruction, and rebirth.
See, I don't think so.
Dakshinamurti,
I kind of know that they are over there, though.
the silent
And they
teacher
know
who
them.
transmits
So
wisdom
there's
beyond words.
concern there.
Ardhanarishvara, half male, half female, the perfect balance of Shiva and Shakti. Pashupati, Lord of
Back to
beings,
trying to pay attention
the protector of all creatures.
to my scripture that's playing out loud.
Philosophy of
Always is.
Shaivism. Shaivism teaches that Shiva is the eternal, unchanging consciousness.
Look into
within
Shaivism.
all beings.
And then take it to the Bible
Liberation,
and tell them what you think.
moksha, is achieved by realizing this
If that's what you guys are
oneness
limited to,
with
one book,
Shiva.
which is fine
The
for now.
tradition has 3 major branches. Advaita Shaivism.
Take it to the Quran and see what you think.
Everything is Shiva.
They've already done that before.
There is no
Quite a
separation.
bit with both of those.
Dvaita Shaivism,
Look into it.
dualistic, Shiva is the supreme Lord, and the soul must surrender to him. Tantric Shaivism, Trikakaula systems, Shiva and Shakti together manifest the universe. Shakta, the path of Shakti. Without Shakti, even Shiva is powerless. Tantra Sara. While Shaivism sees Shiva as the still, formless reality, Shaktism celebrates Shakti as the dynamic, creative force of the cosmos. Who is Shakti? Shakti is worshipped in many forms. Durga, the invincible, the fearless.
It actually kind of
protector
pisses some
who
souls
slays
off quite a bit
ignorance.
when they get in here and realize they died for a lie,
The
basically.
liberator who dissolves the ego. Parvati, the loving mother, the goddess of devotion and love.
But they accept it.
Tripura Sundari, the
Because
goddess
they're
of
here with the
wisdom and
gods.
Tantra. Supreme
Next to
bliss
our
and
mountain.
divine knowledge. Tara,
Huh,
the
Garfield?
compassionate
Huh, George?
savior who helps
Huh, Precious?
beings cross the ocean of illusion. Philosophy of Shaktism. The universe is Shakti. Everything is energy. Every thought, motion, and emotion arises from her. Kundalini awakening. Shakti exists as Kundalini energy within the human body, and when awakened, leads to spiritual realization. The divine feminine is within. The goddess is not just an idol, but the very essence of existence. The sacred union of Shiva and Shakti. Shiva is the dancer. Shakti is the dance. Without the dance, the dancer is still. Without the dancer, the dance does not exist. Though Shaivism and Shaktism may seem distinct, they are two sides of the same truth. Shiva without Shakti is pure consciousness without movement. Shakti without Shiva is energy without awareness. Together they are the cosmic dance, the eternal rhythm of existence.
Shiva Shakti,
Thoughts,
the cosmic dance,
the paths of
the eternal
Taoism
rhythm of
and
existence.
Shaktism offer timeless wisdom.
A wave going up and down,
truth.
back and forth.
Yet their essence is not confined to Hindu philosophy alone.
Don't they?
Across cultures and traditions, the interplay of masculine and feminine, stillness and movement, wisdom and energy.
Do you see what I mean yet?
Different forms, revealing a shared spiritual understanding of creation and consciousness. In Gnosticism, we find a striking parallel. Sophia.
Who are you, driving through my neighborhood?
And the Logos, the cosmic word.
I don't know you.
Like Shakti, Sophia is the emanation of divine consciousness.
You live around
the
here?
force of creation
Maybe you do.
and knowledge.
Heard you talk a lot of
In
shit.
some Gnostic texts, Sophia descends into the material world, much like Shakti taking form to shape the universe. Meanwhile, the Logos, the divine principle, remains transcendent, akin to Shiva, the silent witness. Their reunion is the restoration of divine harmony.
Anyone who thought it was a good idea to get my cat from me is going to hell.
Describes as Shiva and Shakti merging into one reality. The one who perceives Shiva and Shakti as one sees truly.
Which that person did.
Shiva
So did these people. So did those people. So did those people. So did that person. So did those people.
Eve echoes the ancient truth.
So did those people over there.
And unity.
Those people over there.
Eve, formed
those people down there,
is often misunderstood as secondary. Yet in esoteric traditions, she represents the awakened aspect of humanity, the one who seeks knowledge.
Can I use your flashlight?
Just as Shakti is the power that moves Shiva, Eve is the force that initiates the journey of consciousness. The fall in the Garden of Eden can be seen as
cat
the
me out into
descent
the house.
into
I gotta go down there
reality.
and check.
The separation of the divine masculine and feminine
I heard
and
one
the
meow. I just want
spiritual
to check see if
path
they're okay.
is about restoring that original unity. He who knows himself knows the divine. Gnostic Gospel of
Hey,
Thomas.
it's open now because I went and checked on
Whether
it.
you
But I heard
follow
something meow.
Shiva,
I heard a loud noise under there.
the silent
So I just went
one,
and checked. I wanted
or
to flashlight.
Shakti,
You can check if you
the
want to.
divine mother, whether you seek the Gnostic
I don't know, I
reunion
crawled
of
under
Sophia and the Logos, or the alchemy of Adam and Eve into the divine
They
androgyne,
were closed.
the
I heard one. Maybe
destination
you
is
got
the
open
same,
Can you check?
the realization
Thank you.
of the infinite within
Appreciate
you.
you.
Shiva is stillness, the endless night. Shakti is motion, the spark of light. He is the ocean, silent and deep.
He is the ocean silent.
She is the wave, rising to sweep.
She is the wave
Sophia
rising to sleep.
whispers, wisdom untold. Logos watches, steady and bold. Eve awakens, longing to know. Adam remembers the seed to sow. They fall, they rise, unite as one. Sun and moon, the ink and pen. Be still as Shiva, let wisdom rise.
Garfield likes it down there quite a bit, so I don't want to bring him down there.
Shakti, embrace
He always
the
wants to hang out
skies.
more.
Truth is neither he nor she.
I know.
It is the dance, eternally free.
You looking at the light?
I bow to the friend. Victory to the great mother.
No, he didn't.
Salutations to the benevolent one. Glory to the divine mother. I honor the kind one. Triumph to the sacred mother. Reverence to the gracious one. Praise to the great mother. I bow to the gentle one. Victory to the mother of all. Om Namah Shivaya. Jai Mata Di. The universe speaks to you in the language you understand. Through your symbols, your archetypes, and your personal myths, it meets you where you are. It whispers through dreams, omens, intuition,
I think it's the way
and
around.
synchronicities,
The key's the
shaping
way.
reality
She's
in
stuck
ways
us personally.
only you can recognize. But these are
Interpreting
only
scripture.
guides, stepping stones in the great
Like I did.
unfolding. They are the training wheels for the mind, tools to help navigate the unseen. In time, the training ends.
Not FaceTime, it's YouTube.
To cling to the signs is to remain bound. True liberation is not in
You
deciphering
believe what happened when you were
symbols
gone? You understand
endlessly,
why I was on
but in
live all the time.
transcending them
People broke
entirely.
in here when you were gone.
When the mind is free of
Recording all the time, so
constructs,
there's a camera in here.
existence reveals itself as pure play, as Leela, the cosmic dance with no destination, no error, no correction needed. The universe does not make mistakes, nor does it require fixing. To awaken is to move beyond interpretation,
All right.
to become one with the rhythm of what is, and to dance without hesitation. We become attached to many things, ideas, identities, names, and symbols. We hold on to Om, the primordial vibration, the sound of existence itself, across past, present, and future. We cling to Shiva, that which is not, the void beyond form. But to truly understand, we must drop both. Om dissolves, Shiva fades. What remains? The breath. It may seem tragic, or perhaps it is the greatest lesson that there is no inherent essence. The one takes shape only because it has none. Like waves rising, cresting, and vanishing into the ocean, we appear and disappear, yet never truly exist as separate beings. The self is an illusion, a mirage created for experience. Do not burden yourself with guilt over life. Let it flow, not through repetition.
That's a really good one. That's a really good one this morning. No, I'm really like hardcore about some of my reinterpretations of some of this stuff. Like, I'm like, the deep darkness is the woman. The thing dancing is the man, in my opinion. Even though and even if energy is the woman still, and mind is the man still. You understand what I mean by that? Does that make sense? Is that how I interpret it? And I'm really, really strict on this. Like, I love hearing everyone else, because that's amazing. It's basically what I perceive. You know what I mean? When he's talking about the pillar of light, I'm like, that's God right there. Clearly, right? And yeah. So on and so forth. We can get to all the details later. Let's see what Derek Harden's doing today. Ask me if he can be on Valentine or something. Garfield said no. He doesn't want to be on Valentine. He's mad at me. Because I spanked him on the butt. Not too bad, though. He's been a really good boy this morning. He always is a really good boy. No matter what, pretty much. Not quite as good as George yet, though. You're getting there, though. He's like, I have my own personality. I just like to do other things. I understand that. But guess what, Garfield? So do I. Believe it or not. You're stuck with me, and I'm stuck with you. Deal with it. Hello?
Hello?
Yo, what are you doing today? Happy Valentine's Day.
Hello?
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 Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Guess not. As they do, they try to make it impossible for me to get a hold of people that way by making everything slow down. Cool. Good for you guys. Best you can do. Oh, he's in LA. Damn it. Kind of knew it. Just want to check on him. He's in LA saving people's lives. My best friend is. One of them. Well, the other one's in Reading saving his own life for now. We'll talk about the other ones when I get there. They haven't talked to me in a long time, so they're not my friends anymore. They still are when I see them. You know what I mean? Like, they're still my friends, but when I'm going through a lot and they just ignore me, it's hard for me to think of them as friends anymore. Just some people I used to know. And the interaction we have feels fake, mostly, because they don't believe in God like that, and I do. It's like dealing with my dad, who's just not convinced of anything. Saying, oh, I don't like being recorded. I'm like, you sound like the enemy. I have a job. My job requires being recorded all day long, dude. Oh, I don't like being recorded. I have a job. I work for the intelligence community. I don't hardly get paid shit. That's what they do. All kinds of intelligence, actually. Mostly spiritual, turns out. But also national security is a big concern of mine. For reasons like this, what I'm going through currently. And the reason these people over here have a really tight chest about it. Because they know they could easily get caught now. Easily. And it wouldn't take anything at all. And it'd be the biggest case you've ever made. Ignore my spiritual shit if it distracts you. Focus on me accusing my neighbors.
Repetition, not through grasping, but by moving with it.
916.
No definitions, no fixed form. You are not a concept to be named. You are not bound by Om. You are not contained by Shiva. You are the flowing, the vanishing, the eternal dance of the formless.
Flowing and the vanishing. I've seen that before.
Paths, if you wish.
I have.
Devotion.
The eternal dance of the formless, the waters,
action,
the primordial waters, and the way they
all
and
ways
crash
to explore
with
the
waves of
infinite.
being cresting and falling.
Each offers its own beauty and lessons.
Oh, look, it's not recording, Dad. You happy? Okay, there it
may
is.
Fill your heart with love for the divine. Knowledge may help you discern truth from illusion. Action may teach you selflessness and surrender. And meditation may guide you to inner stillness. But when the mind grows weary from seeking through acts of devotion, analysis of knowledge, selfless action, or the stillness of meditation, when concepts no longer satisfy, simply return to the breath. Let the breath guide you. Cling
Yeah, it was
to
recording,
nothing
guys.
else.
Just because it's not on that tab, doesn't mean it wasn't
Live
recording.
through it, flow with it, and let it remind you of the impermanence of all things.
Come to my house
And when
last
the time
night,
comes,
assholes?
even
Heard
the
you did.
breath will let go. In that final release, you will see there is nothing to hold
To get the
on
cat meowing into my house. That's what I
nothing
heard
to
just
be
now.
freed from. For the breath was always just a bridge, one that vanishes into the infinite.
Well, my dad's like,
You
no
are
way,
already
right?
free.
No way. Well, you shouldn't have left it
You are the
unopened. I'm like, well,
stillness
it wasn't
beyond the
fucking open.
breath, the formless essence.
I heard a cat meow.
that
I don't just
dances
make the
with
shit
fire.
up, Dad. Like
This
you
doesn't
fucking
mean
do.
to disrespect the unseen or claim the ego is all powerful. Shiva, Om, and all symbols have value, but they are pointers, not the destination. Just as a finger pointing to the moon is not the moon, these guides direct us, but are not the truth itself. Mistaking the symbol for reality keeps one blind. To truly see, one must look beyond the pointing finger and dissolve into the experience itself. And from this understanding, we enter Tantra, a path of expansion and liberation, transcending limitations and awakening to the infinite through the energy of life itself. The three laws of liberation. You are Shakti, the cosmos itself. No division, no other. Remain the watcher, then dissolve into the flow. In Tantra, there is no separation between the seeker and the divine. You are not searching for the truth. You are the truth. There is nothing outside of you, nothing beyond you, nothing to reach.
I'm currently working on my
The universe
NSA
does not
application, guys.
exist apart from your being.
Who the fuck do you work for?
Yet the mind creates illusions, attachments, fears, and false identities that cloud this realization. Tantra does not ask you to escape the world or deny experience. Instead, it calls you to embrace life fully, to become fearless.
Told him I can't really fill it out.
And to move
I'm under severe hypnosis,
itself moves without
but not
clinging,
really, because I'm not out there killing anybody
without limitation.
like they want me to.
To walk this path,
No, I sit in my house
3 laws
and I
emerge,
fight for
not
my
as
cat
restrictions,
because they're trying to capture it.
but as
Big time.
gateways to absolute freedom. They are not
They could basically do it
commandments,
easily.
but truths.
I'm pretty
that
sure they
arise
have, but I got them
naturally
back
when one
magically.
lives in
Check the
alignment
fucking
with the
time lapse
flow
on that
of
one.
existence.
Incredible
Love
story,
yourself,
actually.
for you
Every time,
are
huh?
all things. Live without fear, for there is nothing outside.
My other cat, that's an even
without
longer story
source,
and a more horrible one.
For the divine flows freely, without origin.
Because that cat was God to me when I was an atheist.
Laws of liberation. To follow them is not to believe.
And his soul was so powerful that when I became a theist and he died, he was just God to me.
To love yourself,
and he still kind of
is.
is.
The entire universe. You are not separate from existence.
Even though he's still alive somewhere, you can hear my voice.
You give to all things.
And it drives us crazy.
There is no other. When you embrace yourself fully, without shame, without resistance, you embrace the divine. The Upanishads say, he who sees all beings in his own self and his own self in all beings, he does not feel any revulsion by reason of such a view. Isha Upanishad. Loving yourself is not indulgence. It is the highest spiritual act. When you see
I need a
yourself
fucking
as sacred,
flashlight.
the world reflects that truth.
I'm not
back
crawling
to
under
you.
there with a fucking lighter.
There is no guilt, no hesitation. Only
My dad
love
doesn't want to help us shit.
flowing effortlessly as the river flows to the ocean.
He does, but he doesn't.
You do not seek
You know what I mean?
approval because you are already whole. You do not fear rejection because there is nothing outside of you. You do not divide because all things are yourself. This is not a belief. It is an experience. When you sit in stillness, when you breathe deeply, you feel the truth vibrating in your being. 2, do without fear. This must be lived. Fear is an illusion.
See, they technically do
You
over here.
are beyond harm.
Work for the NSA.
Fear
Some of them
binds the mind.
But
It
they're not
makes you
doing their
shrink,
fucking job.
hesitate, and doubt. But fear is
No,
only
they're national
possible
security
when you
threats.
forget who you are. The eternal, the limitless, the undying. The Bhagavad Gita teaches, the soul is neither born, nor does it ever die, nor having once existed, does it ever cease to be. The soul is without birth, eternal, immortal, and ageless. It is not destroyed when the body is destroyed. Bhagavad Gita. There is no death, only transformation. There is no loss, only movement. There is no enemy, only another reflection of the same divine force. Fear dissolves when you realize you are the storm and the sky, the fire and the water. Nothing can be taken from you because you are all things. To live without fear means to step boldly into the unknown, knowing that whatever comes, you will meet it with strength, with wisdom, and with the same fire that creates the stars. 3, do without source. This must be realized. Let go of origins. Let go of expectations. Be the now, flowing effortlessly. This is the most difficult law, yet it is the highest freedom. To do without source does not mean to reject divinity.
No, George, you're the infinite
It means
within
to
the
move
finite.
as divinity itself.
Told you I'm zero.
No attachment.
Garfield's
no
value.
hesitation,
He's the monad.
No hesitation. No need to justify.
You're what can
The
come from it.
fullness,
What's
the
already there in the
essence of
beginning.
this law. All
Potentiality.
names, all origins, all identities are constructs of the mind. But reality moves before form, before thought, before self. To do without source means to act from that which has no
And you're like
shape,
me, precious.
no beginning,
but a woman.
no trace. The Bhagavad Gita, chapter 18, reveals the highest wisdom. For the embodied being,
Like
it is
Hera, in a way.
impossible to give
Or
up
even Gaia.
activities entirely. But those who relinquish the fruits of their actions are said to be truly renounced. Bhagavad Gita.
She's married to
Act without
George.
clinging to a reason. Move without holding on to identity. Flow without seeking validation. Tao is the path. Shunyata is the space.
I married them. I don't care what they think.
Dance. Wu Wei is the motion. Flow is the state. Is the sound of becoming.
How you
To
doing,
do
Garfield?
without source means you
See,
love
Garfield, he has
not
9 lives
because
at
of
least.
obligation, but because love is your
Because he's
nature.
died before too.
You act.
And he's
not
got a
from
powerful
tradition,
fucking
but
ghost
from
too.
presence. You create,
But a
not
really,
for reason,
really vicious
but
one.
because creation is joy itself.
Can be now.
Forms arise and dissolve, yet you remain. You are not bound by history, nor by expectations. You are the formless unfolding now, always new, always free. Live it and let it go. New peak experiences will come. New suffering will come. All is passing.
No, quit
all is
perceiving into what
changing.
you want to perceive
Nothing
into.
stays.
Accept what you hear,
Let it go.
and then
Live
perceive
it
into the
fully,
rest.
Then release it. This is the way of Tantra. To love fiercely and not hold on. To face all things without fear and let them pass.
Oh, but we hate you, Taran.
To
Cool.
act freely.
I'm glad you hate me.
Without attachment.
I'm glad you love God
Let the
that much
wind
to where you hate
breathe
the kid over here.
Breathe. Let go.
For no
Flow.
fucking reason, basically.
The highest form of worship is to breathe. Not in repetition, not in seeking, but in pure awareness. Breath is the mantra beyond words.
When I'm the man of the
sacred
mountain.
rhythm of existence itself. No
You've
temple,
seen pictures
no
of me
guru,
everywhere.
No scripture, only Shiva's stillness, Shakti's movement, and Om's eternal pulse.
I didn't style my
Inhalation,
mustache this way.
exhalation,
Just grew
the
it.
cosmic dance of creation and dissolution. No effort, no concept, only presence. To breathe fully consciously without attachment is to merge with the absolute. Nothing is holier. Shiva Om, I am Shiva, the formless witnessing consciousness. Shakti Om, I am Shakti, the ever-moving creative force. To claim Om Puroham is to create separation, for Om that can be spoken is not the eternal Om. It is realized by grace through breath, practice, surrender, silence, or the unknown. There are countless ways, but grace
Now
is the
somebody's seen
common
it.
thread. And yet, in speaking of it, the essence is already lost. Beyond realization, the highest Tantra is service, not as an obligation, but as a natural expression of alignment with the divine flow. Living should be the first priority, for Tantra is not about escape, but full immersion in existence. To serve life is to honor it, dissolve into it, become it.
I believe that too.
This is pure
My hammer
essence.
scumbags too.
Nothing extra, nothing missing. No Shiva,
Some of them
no
know it, some of them
Shakti,
don't though.
just breath.
And to be a little offended when they
No
hear how I
concepts of
feel about it.
liberation, divinity, or self, only life as it is. Omkara, Omeka. Breaking the chains. There is nothing left to seek,
What a lot
no
of that was
final
really about.
key to turn. Liberation
Trick on
is not
us.
in the future, nor is it something to achieve. It is already
But you
here
can't
now,
fool the fool, guys.
in the pulse of breath, in the silent awareness that watches. You were never separate. You were never lost. All scriptures, all teachings, all words have pointed to this single truth. You are the cosmos unfolding, the formless taking form, the dance of the eternal in a fleeting moment. There is no path
You are the dance of the
you are
eternal
already
in a
walking.
fleeting moment.
To realize this is to laugh, to let go of effort, to breathe without hesitation, to move as the river moves, neither grasping nor resisting.
To move as the river moves,
Guru meets
neither
you where
grasping
you are,
or resisting.
beginning with your understanding of the divine, whether through stillness, movement,
Unless
or
that's
the
your form.
formless beyond. The Guru may be a physical teacher or life itself, guiding through experience, challenges, and insight. Mantra, ritual, and practice are tools on the path, shaping perception and dissolving the illusion of separation. In one path, the eternal stillness becomes the absolute. In another, the force of creation is the supreme truth. All paths appear
Suspicious noise,
complete
Garfield?
until every
Yeah, huh?
distinction collapses,
I agree.
until every idea shatters into the void.
Garfield's
What was
concerned about
once
every little
seen
detail
as ultimate fades,
because he's super
revealing
conscious.
that there was never separation to begin with.
But he's a little bit of a
In
butthead
the
at
end,
night.
everything dissolves.
And he broke his leash.
The highest truth
Kind of. Not the good one,
vanishes
though.
into the vastness
That one I
from
saved.
which it arose. The path itself was only a means to disappear. Nothing remains
Try
to
it hard,
hold on
bitch.
to. The mind will ask what remains.
Scumbags.
The answer is unspeakable, for anything spoken is already a step away from the truth. The mind stops. If you meet the Buddha on the road, kill him. Linji Yixuan. The masters have said this for centuries, not to destroy wisdom, but to see beyond it. The highest tantra is to live fully, to flow without hesitation, to be fearless in love and fearless in loss. This is the final letting go, not of the world, but of the illusion of separation. You are not a seeker. You are what is sought. You are not a student. You are the lesson itself.
This bong is super cursed now.
You are not apart from existence.
No, incredibly cursed.
You are existence unfolding, witnessing, dissolving, becoming.
It's amazing.
Form,
Magic straight up.
word.
I still have the motherfucker.
Love without
My earth
reason.
dive.
Move
No, she
without
does well.
fear. Act
One day she'll be
without
put up
source.
in a museum.
These are not commandments, but the rhythm of reality itself. The
And I'll
Tao
get a new
does
earth
not
type.
force, yet all things are done. The river does not cling, yet it reaches the ocean. The breath does not hold, yet it sustains life. To live this way is to be empty and full, formless and whole, silent yet overflowing with being. It is to flow beyond the archetypes and symbols of Shiva, Shakti, and Om. Feel the flow, know it without naming. Breathe it. What remains? Nothing to name, nothing to define, nothing to hold on to. Only life, unbound, unbroken, infinite. This is liberation. Not an ending, but a beginning with no beginning. Breathe.
Want to go for a walk,
Let
Garfield?
go.
I do.
Flow.
No, I really do.
Dissolving the chain. The greater discourse
Because
to Malakya
I
Putta
got a job now
64
for the
is a
NSA.
teaching by the Buddha
As far as I'm
on
concerned.
the 5 lower fetters, mental chains that keep beings trapped in suffering and rebirth. He explains that even if
I'm
a
dead
person
serious,
is
guys.
unaware of these fetters, their underlying tendencies exist within them, like seeds
Maybe you're not
waiting
yet. I
to
work for you
sprout.
now.
The Buddha then reveals the path to liberation, emphasizing deep meditation, jhanas, and insight
Who is this guy?
as the way to break these
Keeps
fetters.
driving my neighborhood.
Through wisdom
Who are
and
you?
direct realization.
Keep
one
driving my
sees
neighborhood.
through the illusion
You got
of
shit going on
self,
here.
abandons attachment, and attains nirvana. The discourse highlights that true freedom is not about rituals or external beliefs, but about transforming the mind and letting go of all clinging. Simplified explanation. 1.
Report it to my
What is this discourse
bosses.
about? The Buddha is teaching about the 5 lower fetters, mental chains that keep people stuck in suffering and rebirth. He explains how to break free from them and attain nirvana. 2. What are the 5 lower fetters? These are deep-rooted mental attachments that keep a person bound to the lower realms of existence, samsara. Identity view, sakaya ditti, the belief in a fixed self or ego. Doubt, visakicha, uncertainty about the path and the teachings. Attachment to rules and rituals. Salabhata, paramasa, blindly following religious practices, thinking they alone lead to liberation. Sensual desire, kamaraga, craving for pleasure and attachment to the senses. Ill will, vipada, hatred, anger, and resentment toward others. The Buddha explains that even an infant, though not yet aware of these, carries the potential for these fetters within.
He's a hard worker, that guy.
Over time,
Derek
as
Hard.
they grow, these tendencies
He's kind of a
surface.
goofy guy. He's a hard worker,
3.
and I know it.
How do these fetters keep us trapped?
He doesn't want to work for us.
They create
I know that.
illusion and suffering by making us think we are separate individuals.
He eats hard
They
work too.
lead to
He
attachment,
saves lives.
doubt, and desire,
So Derek does.
causing repeated mental rebirth in lower states. Without breaking these chains, true freedom,
So do I.
nirvana, is impossible.
Sometimes I have to take them though. With
Breaking
magic.
the 5 lower fetters. The Buddha teaches that freedom requires wisdom, meditation, and direct realization.
Does it bug
Just
me?
as a
Not at
tree
all
cannot
anymore.
be cut at its core without cutting through its outer layers, one cannot remove suffering without following the path. 5. The role of meditation, jhanas in liberation. The Buddha explains the path to overcoming these fetters through deep meditation. These states of meditation, jhanas, are not just relaxation. They are stages of deep insight that gradually dissolve attachment to the self. The 8 jhana stages. First,
Could they do this for a long time?
jhana,
And where and
deep
how?
focus, joy, and clarity of
Where and how?
awareness. Second, jhana, thought slows down. Deeper peace arises. Third,
Around
jhana,
here often turns out.
joy fades into deep contentment.
Something you guys wouldn't believe or
and
understand.
equanimity.
Yet.
Fourth jhana, pure stillness, neither pleasure nor pain. Fifth jhana, base of infinite space, the sense of form dissolves. Sixth jhana, base of infinite consciousness, awareness expands beyond limits. Seventh jhana, base of nothingness, even awareness itself begins to dissolve. Eighth jhana, base of neither perception nor non-perception, almost beyond mind and existence. At each level, the meditator sees reality more clearly, detaching from illusions. 6. Directing the mind. While progressing through these meditative stages, the practitioner realizes the impermanence of all things, including the body, emotions, and mind. This deep insight allows them to turn away from attachments and move toward the deathless element, nirvana. If one fully lets go, nirvana is attained in this life. If attachment remains, even to the teachings themselves, they experience repeated mental rebirth, leading to higher, pure realms, where liberation unfolds naturally and eventually.
Like I've said
leads to
before,
nirvana.
if it makes more sense to you,
7.
I'm under severe hypnosis, but it's not really working. And I know
Wonder
too much.
asks why
Now
some
they want to
monks
turn me into a
attain
different
deliverance
person,
of
so I wouldn't
mind,
forget what they've done to me.
while others attain deliverance by wisdom. The Buddha explains,
Oh no, so I would and wouldn't. Do you know what I mean?
some
I
are
wouldn't care.
naturally meditative, attaining liberation
But they knew it was never going to work
through
on me.
deep states of
So I'm not
stillness,
fucking evil.
jhana. Others rely more on insight and wisdom.
Did they really
seeing
try? See, not
through
really.
Illusions.
They tried to make me
selective.
forget all my memories
Both paths lead to the same realization.
and then kill me off, which they just couldn't get
Key
done.
takeaways.
Not with poison.
The 5 lower fetters
Not with coming in here and
keep
beating me to
beings
death.
trapped in
Nope, I was
suffering
fine
and
the next day.
cycles of mental rebirth. Liberation requires deep meditation, wisdom.
My face a
and
little
insight.
stiff, but I was fine the next day.
Breaking the illusion of self leads to freedom. Meditation helps
So I look all
dissolve
goofy.
attachments and reveal the true
Because of my
nature
fucking
of
face
existence.
beat in, have you?
The strongest force is not effort, but letting go. Only in surrender does freedom arise.
Recently, have you?
The Buddha gives a final analogy. A weak man tries to
And
cross
worse
a
than
great
that,
river,
and worse
but
than
is
that,
too frail
and worse than
drowned.
that too. Have you?
A strong man swims with confidence and reaches the other shore.
If you partaken,
Similarly,
then you're gonna
one who
die.
approaches the Dharma, the universal law that upholds
Which turns out
existence.
more of my neighbors
The
than I'd like to
moral and
believe
ethical
have.
path
No.
that guides beings with doubt, fear, and hesitation cannot cross the ocean of suffering. But one who embraces the path with confidence, effort, and wisdom.
Well, we thought we were all gonna
will
get
reach
away
the
with
far
it.
shore,
How?
nirvana.
Is
Let
that me?
go. Stop wanting
Nice
anything.
try.
Meditate.
Not the right
to
guy. I told you
gain, but
guys,
to release.
don't fuck with me like that, and you did
In
anyways.
surrender, there
Not
is
the guy to
freedom.
fuck with like that, and you did
In
anyways.
stillness, there is truth. Seeing that all life is a magnificent illusion, a play of energy, there is nothing to hold on to, nothing to lose, and absolutely nothing to fear. Do not cling to anything.
No!
There is no final destination, no final path.
I'll never be quiet.
But if you must
Sue
cling
me.
to something, cling to your breath, the ever-flowing energy of life, always changing, yet anchoring you to the present. Neither past nor future, only now. Move as the river, unbound.
But I don't get
free.
mail, so it won't matter.
No fear, no guilt, just now, just be. When a flame vanishes
Because if the
from a
only thing the
candle,
post office
where does
delivered
it
was
go?
just some lawsuit.
Does it rise to heaven?
Yeah, I didn't know
or
they're
fall
guilty
to
around
hell?
here. Post office.
The mind seeks a destination, but there is none. It simply returns
Why?
to
Because I don't get any
semiotics,
mail.
the formless emptiness from which all things arise and dissolve. Like a river merging with the sea. Where is the river? It is not lost, only transformed. Energy is
Oh,
never
hello, fresh
destroyed,
coupon.
only
Cool.
shifting,
Taran
only
Miller
moving,
or current resident.
only flowing. People say that what we're all
No, I have bills and
seeking is
shit.
a meaningful
Where are they?
life. I don't think that's what we're really seeking. I think that what we're seeking is an experience of being alive, so that our life experiences are
And more than
purely
that, and more than that,
physical
and more than that, too. I've
will
received
have
gifts as well. Where are they?
resonances with our own innermost being and reality, so that
I've
we
received food
actually
as well in the
feel
mail. Where'd it
rapture
go?
of being alive. Joseph Campbell, The Power of Myth. Let yourself dissolve without
Where my cool rocks
grasping,
go?
without fear.
Where my George rock
You
go?
have never been confined, and what you become has never been separate.
Why are you
What
breathing so
binds
heavy,
us is
bitch?
not some external force, but our own clinging, our illusions, projections, and fear of
A
impermanence.
bitch is a bad female dog.
We want to own, to endure, to
No, a bad
control,
dog.
believing it will bring peace. Yet
No,
the
you're a
more we
bad dog.
grasp, the more we suffer.
You're a bitch.
There is no forever for the ego or the individual self. There is only movement, cause and effect, the echoes of every action rippling through time.
That's a good kitty.
No action is lost.
And I have some good dogs,
No
too.
thought
I know a
is
few of them.
wasted.
No, they're nice. I love
What you
dogs. They're
do
cool.
does not fade.
They're face
It
lickers.
shapes the whole.
They're sweet.
Your voice matters. Speak, write, live life. Let the fire burn and do not stop dancing. When success and failure no longer define you, when creation is
Certain
its own
dogs, though, are
joy,
not allowed near me.
when
Not
the
anymore.
dance is without hesitation, when meditation
Before I
is
wouldn't have
not
cared,
to
but now I have
achieve,
Garfield
but
with
to
me at all
release,
times.
then
And
you
a
are
dog
the
can snap
river,
like that
the fire,
occasionally.
the breath, the stillness. Then you are truly free. My living is devotion. My dance is
No, they're little
prayer.
small monsters.
My breath is a mantra whispered in air. My mind is still. My hands let
No, they
go.
can. It happens. More than it happens
My
with
heart
cats, believe it or
surrenders
not.
to all that flows. In stillness, I vanish. In silence, I rise. No path is separate, no step unwise. All motion, all being,
Because where
all
they're at
that
the food
must
chain.
be,
A little higher than cats are.
flows into the void.
Technically, but not really.
boundless and free. To unlearn
Because
what you have
no one
learned,
is higher on the food
even
chain than the
attachment
cats.
to the teachings themselves,
Except for humans.
and move on.
Not on land.
I'm not the
Nowhere.
mind, not the name, not the thoughts that rise and wane,
Sorry, guys.
not the
That was some good
senses,
shit, though.
taste or sight,
Gets me going.
not the elements dark or bright. I am the bliss, I am the flow, I am Shiva, beyond the show. Oh Shiva, that which is not, beyond all form, beyond all thought. No beginning, never lost, just pure bliss, free from cost. No breath to take, no hands to hold, no fleeting youth, no growing old, no hunger, thirst, no weight to bear, just the stillness everywhere. I am the bliss, I am the light, I am Shiva, beyond the night.
Right?
Oh Shiva, that which is not.
I am Shiva, beyond the night.
Beyond the plot.
As if, right?
Silent, boundless, vast and free, just pure bliss.
Because I know who I am. No, I know who I am. I get tired of saying it.
Fear, no ties to break, no chains to mend.
I am, and I know it. That's who I am.
Left, no debts to pay, only presence
I'm on key.
in the play. I am
Heaven and earth.
bliss, I am the sea.
My name is Taran Miller now.
I am Shiva.
And I need a job.
Endlessly.
And I can't do anything but this.
Shiva, that which is not, Beyond the veil,
I'm just not allowed to, not willing to either.
No arrival,
It'd be betrayal.
no goodbye, just pure bliss and open sky. No need for words, no need for fight, no wrong or right, no shade or light, no path to walk, no place to stay, only being, come what may. I am
Smoke's
the
better.
bliss,
Trust me.
I am the song.
I'm working on growing him back.
Shiva,
Can you get him out of there?
all along.
Or let's put a nostril in. Kind of.
Oh Shiva, that which is not, all dissolves, yet all is caught. No forgetting, nothing gone, just pure bliss. Moving on. Oh, I shall dance my dance so free, till I forget that I am me. And in that fog of lost delight, I'll sculpt some thoughts, oh what a sight. Ideas, forms, a grand design. Look, I've built a shrine divine. But wait, who
This is
built
good
it?
shit. Huh?
Was it me? Oh no, I drowned in irony. Ah, but then I wake, I see, smash the shrine and set me free.
You guys want the food today?
Jump in the
I don't have
ring,
much left, guys.
swirl in the dust, laugh at the gods, break what I must. But lo and behold, the fog rolls in. Oh,
Here, how's this?
here I'm
Some
lost.
roti.
Where to begin? Guess I'll build some forms again. A temple, a name, a thought, a pen. And so it spins my endless feet. Forget, create,
Dead bugs.
destroy, repeat. But
Birds.
whisper soft,
There you go.
a voice so sweet. Remember,
How's that thing?
remember,
Good.
remember.
Love you. I'm always out of food.
Remember love. No need for words, no need for fight.
Could I starve if I needed to? Sure, I could. Do I like to? No. I avoid as far as I can. Pretty much. I mean,
Oh, Shiva, that which is not just pure bliss, moving on.
no, it's pretty severe, guys, but I really believe that if I did anything more than what I do, it'd be a mistake. Do I want to? Yes, I do. I want to go over and kick in their fucking door and see what's up. But it'd be a mistake. It'd be the wrong thing to do with my free will, and Garth will get hurt as a result. I don't have much free will. I almost have no free will at all.
The story of the Seven Sisters, which is sometimes known as Dream
All my
Time,
free will
is said
goes
by some
protecting
to be one
my
of the
son
oldest
Garfield.
stories in existence. It is a story that is told around the world where a man, often a hunter, chases a group of young women, often sisters, and to be protected, these women are turned into stars. The version of this story from Greek mythology is the most well-known. This has Orion chasing Atlas's daughters, and this story is connected to a group of stars known as the Pleiades, which are also known as the Seven Sisters. But there are two main mysteries in what I have
And
just
sanity
told you.
doesn't exist, guys.
First off,
No, sanity
why are the
is a
Pleiades
type of
called the Seven Sisters
sanitation.
when most people can only see 6 stars? And secondly,
No, it's
how
sanitized.
did the myth associated
Which you're
with
too sanitary,
the
you
one
get
that
sick.
the hunter and the young women
Duh.
managed to be told on opposite sides of the world, with similar stories told in Greece and Australia? Can we show whether this myth spread in recent times? Because if not, the alternative
So it's
myth
just
is
your
it
own
could be almost
sickness, your sanity.
100,000 years old.
You proud of
And
it? I'm
if
not.
you want to know why these 6 stars are called the Seven Sisters, and why the same myth is told
Because
on opposite
you're
sides of the
sanitized.
world, then I would recommend
Insane
yourself
by my standards.
getting comfy, because I want to tell you a story, a very old story. So grab yourself a cup of tea and welcome to Cleckenford.
Love you, birds. You're beautiful, and I know it.
The Pleiades, in the grand scheme of the universe, are a very young group of stars, certainly no more than 125 million years old.
Even though, even if they
whilst
could feed on some
dinosaurs
shit,
were
they
still
shouldn't,
wandering
and I
the
know that
earth.
too.
But whilst this is interesting, it isn't as useful as knowing
But they prefer the food I give
humans
them.
came along to start recording them in our history. Now, the first written evidence we have of humans being aware of the Pleiades
I think we
comes
can more
from
catfish.
Chinese
We
astronomical
can.
literature dated
Catfish.
to 2357 BCE. And they have been discussed a lot since then. And I will link to a number of published papers about them in this video's description. However, the oldest visual representation of them
Look at it.
is thought to
I don't
be
wanna dig that
on
much
the
today.
Nebula disk. And this is dated to around
What some people need out of their
3,600
house.
years old and was found in Germany.
And they can't
And
really do it
I've circled
themselves.
the Pleiades
So I better go get to work.
to make it easier to see. The representation is very much symbolic and is not an accurate astronomical map or guide, but there are no other obvious candidates to what it could be representing given the context of the disk, which is why we feel this is
Remember-
representing the Pleiades. The actual stars themselves look like this. The blue nebula surrounded them, hence their young age, as it is leftover space dust that was not used as part of those stars' creation.
I don't know
but
that
is still
Fish
within
is safe.
these stars'
I want to believe it is, but garbage
these
don't cook
stars
very
have
much.
been given names from the characters of the
And it's
Greek
frightening me.
mythology about them. So the
But I have some
stars
more, yeah, I don't
represent
wanna go feed
the
the birds
seven
either.
daughters of
They need to cook
Atlas
as well.
and Pleione.
I was plugging my cat
They are
up.
named Maia,
Or was it the salmon?
Yetra,
I don't
Taygeti,
know. What do you think, Garfield?
Alcyone, Seleno,
He's like, I don't know, I really like the Friskies.
Sterope,
He's like, I'm a hard
Penelope.
food cat. Kind
There are
of.
also two stars named after their
I know
parents,
you are.
Atlas and
You're
Pleione.
hypnotized.
And so now we have the basics out of the way. Let me tell you the Greek version of the myth of the Seven Sisters.
No, it's basically decent food.
Pleione
Bring up
was walking
Friskies.
through the
Just cheaper.
Boeotian countryside with her daughters when it was seen by Orion, a giant of a hunter. In fact, he was so giant he could walk on the seafloor and his head would still be above the sea.
Oh yeah,
We've
Ryan.
seen these
Always chase around the
beautiful women,
Pleiades.
the son of Poseidon, often considered the most
With
handsome
serious
men.
and tough. The
He
cosmic hunt.
desired them,
All
and
12
so he
constellations are
chased
included.
after them. He felt especially drawn towards Peone's daughter,
Ancient
Penelope.
myths.
Although some accounts of the myth suggest he was actually
You have
after
to always win.
Peone. Either way, he
I
pursued these women for 7 years, by which time they were in such desperate need of help,
The
they
cosmic hunt.
turned to Zeus for protection.
Long story.
Zeus agreed to help them, as he knew their
But if
father,
I'm a
the
Rudra,
Titan
in a way,
Atlas, was busy holding up the sky and the heavens, and so could not help as his hands were literally full. And so Zeus turned the young
well, maybe
women
Garfield's more Rudra
into
than me.
doves. But realizing
If I'm Private
they
Pot,
still weren't
We'll
completely
figure that one
safe,
out.
he then
Exactly how the stories
immortalized
and the
them
names fit all
by
together
turning them into
to match our
stars
essences
and
and who we
placed
are.
them in the heavens, in the constellation of Taurus, the bull. But Orion was a bit of a rascal, and his less than honourable endeavours did not end there.
The
For he
creator,
also wooed the
the
goddess of the
preserver,
hunt,
and the
Artemis.
destroyer.
This relationship was very much frowned upon by her younger brother Apollo, and his deception of Artemis would lead to Orion's final demise. And upon Orion's death, Zeus immortalised him by placing him in the sky, although some stories say it was Artemis who placed him in his heavenly abode.
The creator.
This
Me.
placement was unfortunate for
preserver.
the Seven Sisters,
Ore.
who were continually the
the
objects of
destroyer.
affection from some of the Olympian gods.
Feather cat.
And now Orion was placed so very close to them, continuing the chase.
But I know who I am.
And the help
More of a
from Zeus
transformer
was
than anything.
also not without consequence, as he went on to seduce 4 of the sisters. Because, for anyone who follows Greek mythology knows, Zeus liked to get around
So maybe
them.
you're the creator.
And
And
it
he's
is
the
this
preserver and I'm the
lustful
destroyer,
connection
huh?
which can be
Must
linked
be.
to the central star of Taurus,
If that's who I am.
which is known as the Eye of the Bull. The Arabic translation
preserve
means
some
the
people.
follower, for this
Garfield,
star
you eat your
follows the Pleiades
Bum,
across the
bum,
night
buddy.
sky.
Bum,
And there are
bum,
also
buddy.
some who think that
Buddy,
this may have
Sally.
led to the
Gotti,
colloquial
son.
term Old Bull,
That's
to
delicious.
refer to a male
Yes, it is
philanderer.
delicious.
Now, whilst this is a well-known Greek myth, there are over 90 other motifs that incorporate the Seven Sisters within known mythology around the world. And we know this as information on these myths has been collected by a Russian academic called Yuri.
All of us doing our own way.
Through the help of and support my
Create,
patrons,
preserve, and
I've
destroy.
translated this
Now we're
information into
people.
English
We're
and
not just
merged it
archetypes.
with other data of folklore
It's
stories,
dynamic and
and
complex.
created a new mythology database, which is available to my patrons and other
That's why I love the
academics.
myths.
And I would like to say thank you to them all now for their support, their questions and ideas, as they really have made so many things possible and are making a real difference in the information available to researchers in mythology. Now, one piece of information we can see from this resources data is that these type of stories are told in Australia and are often seen as part of some First Nation Australian tribes' culture and ritual. And they refer to this as the Seven Sisters of
Well, one day I will die.
The Mirror
These cats
or
will
what
not.
we call the Pleiades, are 7 beautiful
That's
sisters
how.
with long hair and radiant bodies made of ice that shone in the night sky. These sisters were followed everywhere by a group of young men known as the Bere Bere. These men would leave special gifts for the sisters and most often honey, as they were good at finding hives and taking honey. And the Merrimay appreciated the gifts, but always resisted the approaches of men.
Okay.
Now, one day,
That's
an
what
old
good on.
ancestor of
Wanna go for a walk?
fire named
We gotta do some
Rama
digging. I don't want to either.
kidnapped 2 of the
But
beautiful
some people are
girls.
stuck in their house.
And in doing this,
Basically.
this fire
So I get over there and dig
started
them
to
out.
melt the girls' bodies. And this melting of the girls' bodies then led to putting out Urana's fire. He then decided to keep these girls far away and place them in the sky. But after putting out Urana's fire, they did not shine anywhere as bright as they used to. And so over time, their other sisters joined them in the sky, and there some of them continued to shine very bright indeed. And the Berry Berry saw this, and so they let themselves die for love, so that they too would turn into stars, and they would form what we would now know as Orion's Belt. It is said that even in the sky today, that the Berry Berry continue to give honey to the Merry Merry, and in return they sing for them. But in order to ensure that the Merry Merry are not forgotten about, they occasionally take ice off their bodies and let it fall to earth. And it is this that starts a ritual for the coming of age, which happens during late winter when the Pleiades first appears in the eastern Australian sky. When this happens, a frost is often seen covering the earth, and older children of the tribes then go to the nearest spring and scrape frost from the ground and rub it over their bodies. And this ritual allows boys to grow into strong hunters and the girls to grow into beautiful, buxom women. And this in turn allows their noses to be pierced with a bone, and so finishes the ritual of coming of age. There's a word of caution here, for should a beam of sunlight touch their bodies whilst covered with frost, the child will forever be weak. This Australian myth of Dreamtime has a number of forms, and is said to relate to the
Well, I
time
need to
when
be my pipe,
the first
pretty much.
humans came to Australia, naming the lands as they dispersed around the continent. This process and time was captured in stories, in songs, in rituals, and as the cultures of these first people were already based, these stories were committed to memory and passed down through generations. And so within these stories, we hear of floods and of fiery mountains, of strange lights and strange beasts, of lost landscapes, and with regards to the Seven Sisters, stories of people from long ago. These stories in Australia do vary, as do the name of the Pleiades within them. For example, the Etni Yamathana people of South Australia, their sisters are known as the Megala, whereas the Bundjalung people of northern New South Wales refer to them as the Merrimay or the Mayamay, as in the story I've just told. Whereas the Wurundjeri of Western Australia call the sisters the Gunga Gurang Gara, while the Kulin of Victoria tell the story of the Kalagurk. And whilst these names vary, the stories are still similar, in so much as they normally involve water in some way, such as in the form of frost or ice or even rain and hail. These stories have these women associated with this form of water and often chased by hunters. And these are often represented by the stars in Orion's Belt. So between Greece and Australia, we have two myths that are very similar, told in locations on opposite sides of the world. And so the question has to be, are they from the same source? Now, there will be some of you who say this is just a coincidence. And so let's try and understand what these coincidences could be by looking at the two versions of the story. And in doing this, we will see that there are three specific elements of the myth that are, or could be considered similar, that overlap. And so therefore could be a coincidence. And they are that both myths associate the Pleiades with a number of young girls, often sisters. Both identify Orion as a male and normally a hunter. And both have Orion abusing himself in an unbecoming manner onto those girls. And if you don't believe that this is just a coincidence, then this suggests a common origin, and one that must predate European contact with Australia. And the first time we know this happened was in 1788. And if this is the case, the last time these two peoples had a common ancestor would have been at least 70,000 years ago. In 2009, some work was published by Nice and Nice providing an explanation for this, and it is their work that a majority of the evidence for understanding this similarity is leveraged from in this video. But we'll pause here for a moment and talk about the other mystery, why you haven't pressed the like button. It's an important part of the initiation ceremony for watching Crackerful videos and makes a big difference to this video's success. And so now, hopefully you've pressed the button and passed the initiation ceremony, I can continue. So, the other mystery we have here is about why the myths are referred to as the Seven Sisters when most people can only see 6 stars. And in fact, from an astronomical perspective, there are 10 bright stars in the cluster of Pleiades. So, have we lost a star? So, why is it we can only see 6 stars with a good human eye? Well, this isn't a modern puzzle. We have writings from a 3rd century BC Greek poet named Aratus of Soli, who names the 7 sisters, but then reports that only 6 are visible to the eyes. And this isn't just within Greek and Australian mythology. Many cultures around the world regard the cluster as having 7 stars, but they acknowledge that only 6 are normally visible, and then create stories to explain why the 7th is invisible. And these lost Pleiad stories are found in Europe, Africa, Asia, Australia, and North America. In the Greek versions of the myth, the most common motif of why the star is lost is due to Merope falling in love with a mortal man, and she was so ashamed of herself that she faded from sight. In First Nation Australian mythology, 1, although sometimes 2, of the sisters die or are in hiding or have been abducted, leaving only 6 or 5 visible stars. In North America, we have a story from the Oradana Iroquois, and here one of the stars sang as they rose into the sky, and so forgot to stop and lost their energy, and so faded out of sight. And in Islam, it is said that the 7th star fell to earth and became the Great Mosque. Now, if you look at all these stories, then you would have to come to the almost inescapable conclusion that once upon a time there were 7 visible stars in the Pleiades, and 1 disappeared. And this is something that many cultures were aware of. And for this to be a story, 7 stars must have been noticeable at some point in human history, and so part of myth, which would lead on to the development of these lost Pleiad myths. And this has been described by Herzog as the combined testimony of numerous societies spanning continents and millennia for a 7th easily visible Pleiad, which subsequently dimmed, which all in all feels like good evidence in its own right, but it isn't really tangible evidence. And so our question should be, do we have any evidence of a star dimming in this constellation outside of the myth? The Pleiades' brightest stars are what astronomers call B stars, and these are stars that are known for having variable brightness changing over hundreds of thousands of years. We also noted that there was some surrounding nebula dust around these stars, which could again exaggerate any fading or indeed allow the stars to shine brighter. depending on whether the nebula was in front of the stars. But whether these changes on their own are really noticeable to a human eye, even over the course of 100,000 years, is unlikely. The stars do have motion, and motion we can accurately map using astronomical technology. And using such techniques, we can map where these stars were 100,000 years ago and compare them to where they are today. Now, looking at this,